Here at JewelleryMaker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Welcome to JewelleryMaker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know that when you book a JewelleryMaker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Oh, Adam.
Oh,
Adam.
Oh dear.
Welcome to JewelleryMaker. I love Ray, but she's not here tonight. I'm Hannah, and I'll be here till 6 o'clock. No, not 6 o'clock. No, oh, I better go. I better go.
There we go.
It's because I'm used to saying until 6 o'clock, you see, that's what it is, because I normally do the mid-show, and this is the late show, so I'm not here until 6 o'clock, I'm here until...
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Night owls on a Saturday as well.
You and me on a Saturday night, that's a first.
I think it's just you and I as a first anyway, isn't it?
I think it's the second time this year.
Is
That's
it
not
really?
bad going.
Okay, the second time in 8 months. Lucky me. I tell you. And you did say earlier on that you put your name down because.
But then you found out that I didn't.
No, because
I told
your name was down before mine.
It was.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, Mark and I will be here until 10 o'clock this evening. We have got some incredible auctions coming up for you this evening. I probably will say this afternoon a lot as well.
One of which I can't actually believe, and this one. But there are two products this evening which I can't quite understand why. I think it's fantastic. Why? I think it's because you and me are on.
Yeah.
That they've given us on a late show.
Well, you know.
It's just.
Have a look at this.
This is number one.
This is coming up for you a little bit later on.
Shall we play Guess the Gemstone? Should we get the viewers to text in?
Good
Find
idea.
out what it is?
Yes.
Because I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what it was.
See, I've only ever seen this gemstone once before.
Oh, you've seen it before?
Once before, in 13 years.
Should we do it? Should we open it up?
Let's do it, yeah. 60777, start message with the word JM Studio. If you're watching on the web as well, just below the live feed, there is a little box that says send message to studio. You can type it in there, click send, it all comes through on the same system. Guess the gemstone. What is this gemstone coming up for you at 7 o'clock?
No clues. No clues.
Nothing whatsoever.
No clues.
See, if I were to look at that,
I would think it was a really rare form of amethyst. Is the first thing that would pop into my head.
it is very. See, director Adam just said he thought it was amethyst when he recorded
Yeah.
it yesterday.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
What time is this on?
7 o'clock.
7
Hours
o'clock.
time.
Okay.
Not too long at all, but let me tell you, it's brand new. We only managed to source 103 of these, so it is incredibly limited. I mean, 100 sounds like a good quantity, but it's really not. It's not enough by any stretch. It really isn't. And the fact that we only managed to get 103 shows us how rare this is. You've got to be here for this auction. It's coming up for you in an hour's time, and once they're gone, they're gone. But what is it? 60777. Start message with the word J in studio.
And then to top everything,
This one.
I know. On a late show, I do quite a few late shows, and I've never had the privilege of actually sharing airtime with it. So I'm really thrilled.
Just for you then. These are incredible. Incredible. Aren't these stunning? I love these. Natural, metallic, freshwater cultured pearls. Other supermarkets are available. We'll just say that, shall we? We do like that one though. But I also like the others as well. Yes. Yes, these are coming up for you a little bit later on. Natural, metallic, freshwater culture pearls. They're brand new. Again, I'm going to say limited because actually 200 is not going to be enough for you at all. Every time I've had these, and I've got to be honest, it's not that often at all, they've flown out.
Well, these are a really delicate, lovely size, aren't they? Because some of them have been quite
sizable.
So these are just perfect.
I love the shapes of these as well. Beautiful. They're coming up for you a little bit later on at 8 o'clock. It's your today's must-have. So you've got to make sure if you've got to go off and do anything, perhaps you're cooking dinner. It is Saturday night, so perhaps you may be getting ready to go out. Download the app. Don't go out until we've played these. Doesn't matter if you're late. It's absolutely fine.
Sorry for leaning across. Is that right?
For that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're joking.
Not even joking. Not even joking. It's exciting! I love it. I love it.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I know, yeah. Nice little bit of fluff. We'll get that out of the way, shall we?
Gosh.
There we go.
That's taking me aback a little bit.
Well, it's exclusive. It's coming up for you in an hour's time. Your must-have coming up at 8 o'clock this afternoon. Oh, see, this afternoon.
That's all right. It is sort of afternoon, isn't
It could be, you know, if you're going out
afternoon,
tonight, Saturday night, if you're going out until early hours, it technically is afternoon.
But it was
I guess,
dark
isn't
at
it?
9:30 last night. The nights are drawing in, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, I don't like it.
Dancing programme will be on in a couple of weeks. Next stop, Christmas.
Woohoo!
Do you like Christmas as well?
Just a bit.
Oh, brill.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, just a
brill.
Do you not remember that year we were going to have a table off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Should we do that this year?
I think we should, because it kind of
Okay.
went out the window, didn't it? But I really think you're going to win. I feel massively under pressure to do a table off with Marks. Imagine what your
We were
Christmas
thinking of
table
actually
looks
having a silver birch coming up through our table, sprayed white and gold.
like. Oh, yeah,
with
I'm
baubles.
not going to bother. Let's forget it this
You're
year.
not going to do a silver birch?
Let's
Every
not
living room
have
should have
a
a silver
table off
birch.
this year. Let's do it another time. Have a look at these stunning pearls. These are coming up for you at 6:30. Just had to show them very quickly. The price is amazing. Oh no! Does everybody know?
Oh.
Okay. Some people don't know, but some people do know what that purple strand is because Xenia did promo it for us, which was very kind of her.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that's out the bag.
Have they graduated?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Somebody's
Good
asking,
guess.
is it some kind of showerite? It does look very much like showerite, doesn't it? You've got the same colours there. You've got the creams, you've got the lavenders, you've got those really deep amethyst purple hues in there as well. It's very similar in its appearance, actually, but it's not showerite, no.
Good guess, though.
Very good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better than the guess that I think I would have come up with. Well, you said amethyst as well. And was it you, Adam, that said amethyst? Yeah. Have a look at these then. If you haven't opened up your order yet, do it now. Really, really easy. That telephone number is on the bottom of your screen. It's a free telephone number. It won't cost you a single penny to get involved this evening. 0800 644 655, or you can, of course, come through on the web as well at JewelleryMaker.com. 2mm silver plated lobster claw
clasp.
Yeah, but there's a word in between. Lobster claw cord clasp. There we go.
The lobster claw. Oh, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it?
You see?
Yes.
Yeah. With your extender chain there as well. These are brilliant for seed beaders.
Well, for me, straight away, I can't believe have we done these before? Because I've never seen them before.
I've never seen them before.
But this is your perfect chain and clasp for your ball chain.
Of course.
This is what I would use it for. We had so many viewers when we launched ball chain.
And we don't have any
but we don't
clasps,
have any
really.
clasps. So
Yeah,
we always
yeah.
say use lobster claw endings or ribbon end clasps. This is perfect.
These
So
are
all you do is you
perfect.
just drop the little balls in,
Yeah.
give it a little squidge with your pliers, job done.
That's perfect. Just
How
I
long have we
never
waited
thought
for this?
You saying that now when we had the ball chain before, I always thought, well, how are we going to attach
We've
to
never
this? How
done
would we?
endings, have we?
These
as far as I
are
know.
brilliant for that. I would totally stock up.
I'd be
For
getting
that
10
reason,
of these for that.
definitely.
My
SGP68 is your code. Obviously your cords as well. You know, all of your cords. You can use your thinner cords, your S-long cords. With these as well. All you've got to do is just pop them in, glue them in. You've got a professional finish then. It's going to hide all the bits, all the gubbins, as Mark calls them. £2.95 for 3 of those. 0800 644 655. They're silver plated as well, so you've got a lovely high-end finish on these. You've got lots and lots of lustre there. The look of solid 925, but you haven't got the price tag. £2.95. I tell you, I would get 10 actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
With that
Yeah,
price tag
that's
in
a
mind
stash
as well.
essential. If you've got your ball chain, which I know lots of viewers have been buying, that's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. 0800 644 655. If you haven't opened up your order yet, do it now. Do it now by dialing that number. Press the number 1 button, that puts you straight through to the call centre. You can confirm straight away by pressing that number 1 button, get through to the call centre, tell them you want these and tell them you want 5, tell them you want 10 if you can. Because the thing is, you know, in fact, first time I've seen them, if they sell out this evening, there's no guarantee that we're ever going to have them back. And there is nothing worse than waiting for that component that you need. And
That's
it never
amazing.
comes to air.
But as I
Never
said,
comes to air.
definitely I would snap these up.
That's
for
a
the
brilliant
ball
deal,
chain.
isn't it? Amazing. £2.95. Okay, I think we're having a few technical difficulties. Let's try something else and see if this is going to work. Is the web all right? Can people buy on the web and stuff? We'll check for you. Have a look at this beautiful carved rose quartz you've got here. Is that got a drill hole? No drill hole on this one, but do you know what? Those carvings along the side, if you are a wire worker, you've got some great anchor points for wire there. So to set that into a pendant or perhaps a brooch, you know,
amazing,
brooch
isn't it?
season.
Would it be too big for a ring, do you think?
No. Oh, no.
No?
No, definitely not. That would make
That's
a beautiful
perfect,
ring.
isn't
That is really, really weighty. You feel the weight of that?
Of course, yeah.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Look how smooth that is.
It's lovely, absolutely beautiful. Rose quartz is one of those gemstones that is really, really popular as well, very much like your amethyst. You can find it on the high street, and you tend to find a lot of rose quartz in your crystal shops as well, your seaside shops as I call them. You know, the kind of seaside shops that sell your incense and your Thai Buddhas and lots of little, you know, decorative geodes and things like that. You find a lot of rose quartz in those kind of shops as well. It's a beautiful gemstone, and if you want to have a read up about the myth and the folklore and legend, the supposed healing properties behind this gemstone, just type it into a search engine because there's so much to read about rose quartz. There really is. It's a beautiful, beautiful gemstone that has that diaphanity to it, which is basically the transparency of the gemstone that just allows light to travel very, very slowly through the gemstone, so it creates this beautiful ethereal inner glow on its way through. I love that. You get it a lot with chalcedonies, you get it sometimes with opals as well. It just sets that gemstone alight from within. It's gorgeous. 21 carats in a single gemstone, and that is 20mm in size. Perfect for wire work. Could you set this as a seed bead, Mark?
You could
kind of
bezel
bezel
set it, yeah. You could give it a, as Derek calls them, a seed bead cuddle.
Oh.
So bezel setting around that'd be amazing actually.
That would look nice. What colour seed beads would you go for, do you think, with this?
I'd go for black.
Would you? Oh,
yeah, so you'd have a sort of a Victoria's Secret sort of
look.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like that though. That would look very classy, very sophisticated, wouldn't it?
Quite
Look great
burlesque
together.
as well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, This is the late show after all. BESK80 is your code for this one. 21 carats in a single gemstone you have here. 0800 644 655. These would be really nice as well if you've got a website and you take photographs of your jewellery, just to place them, you know, have them in the pictures, have them on your craft stall to decorate your craft stall as well when you're selling. They'll look really, really beautiful. And then you can just use them around the home as well if you want to decorate your bedside table with them, perhaps have some on your dressing table. You know, you don't necessarily have to set them into jewellery. They can be decorative pieces as well. BESK80 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655.
Is your little girl going to be a girly girl?
Oh, no.
Can you tell already?
Oh, yeah.
You can tell
she's
already.
not. She's
I'm just imagining these as drawer knobs on a little girl's bedroom cabinet.
That's such a lovely idea.
That'd be lovely, because they're deep enough, aren't they, to make really nice little door knobs. Yeah, that'd be lovely, actually.
That sounds.
But she's not going to be a girly girl.
Well, she's not. She doesn't care about the. You know,
Right.
I do. I care about her bedroom. It's quite pink anyway. But she's going to be a rugby player, Mark.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
You can tell already.
I can tell. She doesn't cuddle you. She rugby tackles you.
Oh.
Yeah, she does. £3.95. That's a really good idea. Or you could just simply pop them onto photo frames and things as well.
Yeah.
That would look really nice, wouldn't it?
Beautiful.
BESK80, £3.95 for 21 carats of rose quartz in a single gemstone. That's crazy. Have we had any more texts? Are we back? Guess the gemstone. In fact, that rose quartz would look lovely.
It would actually.
With those, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You may have been watching when Zena revealed what this gemstone was. You may not have, though. We can still play. Guess the gemstone. 60777. Start message with the word James Studio. Brand new for you this evening. We only have 103. How does that work? Oh, I see. Excellent. 60777. Becky just said somebody's texting to ask what the number is to text in, but she meant on the web. It's fine. 60777. They all come through on the same system. So if you do want to message via the website, you can do that as well. It works exactly the same. Have a look at these. Really, really pretty. 925 sterling silver. Now, even if you are just adding these two cords, you're adding value to that piece because it is a precious metal that you have here. Now, 925 sterling silver. There's a lot of jewellers out there that you know, well, I should say big jewellery designers that specifically you know, sell just silver pieces, like Thomas Sabo, for example. I was going to say Alexander McQueen, but no, that's silver-coloured base metal. But wherever you buy your 925 sterling silver from, it's 92.5% pure silver. Just because it has Thomas Sabo's name next to it or Pandora's name next to it, it doesn't mean it's any purer as a metal. It's still 92.5% pure silver. So I'm thinking if I can achieve that designer look without paying that huge price tag,
Completely.
you know, if you can get them for as low as what we're going this evening. 3 pieces, beautiful, beautiful charms. And I mentioned that high street charm shop again because I was looking on their website just yesterday at charms. Literally no gemstones starting from around £30. It's
amazing, isn't it?
And you've got 3 here for just £4.95. Now it says charms. Brilliant. You can pop them onto anklets, you can pop them onto bracelet designs, but you've got 3, so there is no reason why one of these can't be a pendant, and then you can have a pair of earrings as well. You know, just pop them onto shepherd's hooks. They will look fabulous. 0800 644 655. You've got your 925 stamp on the back there as well. I'll just turn that around so you can see that. So all of our 925 stamped pieces are stamped, even our head pins here at JewelleryMaker, which always amazes me how we managed to get that 925 stamp on there. But we do for you £4.95. And something like this, I think, can make all the difference. Like, for example, if you've got a strand like this of the blue lace agate that we've got coming up. So it looks lovely as it is, but if you just wanted to add a little extra in there and just pop one of those charms in, it completely transforms the strand, doesn't it?
These are really special, these little flowers, because they're forget-me-nots.
Are they?
And it was my dad's favourite flower, so it's quite an emotional little flower for me. So even if you've lost somebody or someone's going on their travel, so sort of sentimental reasons to wear forget-me-nots, I just think is so sweet.
Oh, I didn't know it was you were saying actually before we came on air, you've got gardening hands.
Yes.
I don't. Mark, I don't know the difference between a flower and a weed half the time.
Well, a weed is only a weed if it's a plant that's in the wrong place.
Okay.
That's the definition of a weed, really. If
I
it
might
looks
have to write
pretty
that
and
down.
if it looks pretty and you like it, leave it.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent, there you go. Every day's a school day. These are coming up for you at 6:30, not too long to wait at all. Graduated near rounds. I love these strands because most of the near round strands that we've had are the same size, if you like.
And they tend to be multicoloured as well.
Yeah.
You know, the trio of colours. It's really nice to just get a plain white. That's beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Not long to wait for those. Sorry, Beck. This is my favourite blue gemstone in the whole wibbly wobbly world.
The wibbly wobbly world?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
On a Saturday night, it probably is.
Wow.
Kyanite, have a look at, to be able to get, I think, this size as well in a single gemstone is just fun. Look at the colour of these. Kyanite has this beautiful, beautiful silky like luster that almost looks like chatoyancy in your gemstone. Because of those silk-like inclusions that you have, you almost get that effect with kyanite. Now, the majority of our kyanite comes all the way from the Himalayas, the rooftop of the world. Nepal and Tibet are the two locations we get our kyanite from. This particular deposit all the way from Nepal. Now, the Himalayas is well known for giving us the cream of the crop when it comes to kyanite. It's a completely natural gemstone. And in my opinion, it's just the most beautiful, beautiful blue hue that you have.
This is the most vivid blue I think I've seen of kyanite. It's so deep and rich, isn't it?
Isn't it amazing?
And it's not rich, isn't a word I would tend to use for a blue.
Yeah.
But without a doubt, this is rich and
velvety,
opulent.
isn't it? Yeah. They are stunning.
Beautiful.
4 individual gemstones. Now, I can't guarantee the shapes and the sizes that you're going to get with these. So I can guarantee the carat weight of 15 carats. You may get less of them at bigger sizes. You may get more of them at smaller sizes. Now, I do always say with cabochon packs, if your budget will allow you to multi-buy, you can absolutely do that. It might be that in the next pack we have 3 in larger sizes, and you might be looking for a larger size to perhaps set into a ring. So you can multi-buy your cabochon packs. You can pick your favourite pack, keep that one, and send the others back. You can't split the packs because obviously that will affect the carat weight within the packs. But you can take your favourite pack and just have a chance to look at a few of them and see the different shapes and the different sizes. I mean, it might be that in one pack you get a round. It might be, look at the green in that one there.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. You may get rounds. You may even get pear-shaped cabochons. My guess is, oh no, it does say oval on the graphics, doesn't it? Oh, look at me. Ignore me. Completely ignore me. They are all oval cabochons that you will get. Goodness me. 0800 644 655, but you still may get more or less, depending on the size of them. ZB VX53 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. Do you know what? You could put any one of these with any strand of the pearls that we've got coming up. Oh my God.
That'd be very dramatic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would look so regal, so expensive and high-end, luxurious.
Do you think Helena was wearing pearls today?
Oh, of course it was today, wasn't it? I definitely think she was, because she's very...
she's very classic,
yes,
isn't she?
and I think she may have gone vintage.
Yeah,
I've heard no rumours,
well.
but I think she may have gone for a vintage theme look.
Well, I've insider knowledge. Sarah was one of the bridesmaids, and her colour was smoky grey.
Ah, Sarah.
Sarah Bingham.
She was a bridesmaid?
She was one of the bridesmaids, and her dress was silver grey. Sort of a silvery, smoky grey.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing the pictures.
Yeah, me too. Live a good wedding. ZB VX53 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. If I were you, I would get my certificate of authenticity with these. It's kyanite. It's completely natural, and we're talking big sizes. That's ridiculous. Do you know what? I genuinely thought this would be going around the £50 mark.
That, for one, is an amazing price, isn't it? Of this quality and this depth of colour, I think it's...
That's unbelievable. Wow. That price tag, £19.95. You know, we're always saying that, the more points, the more carats you can fit into a single gemstone, the better. In terms of valuations, if you were looking at like for like in a strand or a cabochon, the cabochon's going to come out on top in evaluation, always, as long as you're looking at like for like. £19.95 is incredible. ZB VX 53 is your code for this one. Now, if you have that in your basket, do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. We are having some technical difficulties this evening, unfortunately. It looks like we might have to play charades. And the egg and spoon race and all of that. So we're just going to try and fix them. We're going to have a very, very quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as we can.
At JewelleryMaker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Welcome to JewelleryMaker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share. It's easy to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
Good evening, welcome back to JewelleryMaker. If you just tuned in, we are having some technical difficulties this evening, unfortunately. So what we've decided to do, well, what we've asked Mark to do very kindly, if you don't mind, is just show us a couple of different things, if you can. Okay. And also, if there's anything that you would like to know, you know, 60777, JM Studio, if there's any technique that you are stuck on, see, there's a couple of things I could ask Martin. Should I get my list out?
Yeah, go for it.
You know, like a slip knot. I just can't get that right. A slip knot. Not a slip knot. Oh, no, you know the slider bracelets. Is that a slip knot?
Yeah, yeah. On the macrame shambala bracelet.
Yeah. Because I've tried to do that a couple of times and it just doesn't work for me. So I'm doing something wrong. So I would like to see that actually, if that's all right. Yeah. Because that's actually something that's really quick and easy, and that you could make that just with like a simple piece of Eslon. like if you know that stack of bracelets we talk about all the time. So that would be handy for me personally. But if there's anything you're stuck on, any particular techniques or anything like that, 60777, start message with JM Studio. If you've got any questions for Mark at all, I'm sure you'd only be too happy to answer them, Mark. And also, I just want to talk about last Saturday, because you went to London to visit the Queen. No, I didn't. You went to London and had like JewelleryMaker's biggest workshop.
Well, it was 92 people's worth of workshop. Yeah. Well, we've been asked ever since I've been working here. We've been asked to. Would it be all right if we took JewelleryMaker on the road? Because not all of our viewers have transport. No. A lot of our viewers are unable to get to leave their homes to get to the studios. Yeah. So I've been talking with Sarah Bingham, who is our workshop and events coordinator, since Christmas this year, and we've been thinking, shall we? And about 2 months ago, we thought, let's just do it. Yeah. Where should we go? First of all, we thought London, okay. And it just so happens that Immediate Media, the company who we are now part of, have this amazing state-of-the-art, incredible venue in Hammersmith, in London, you see. So we had a little word with them and we got a date fixed, and we thought, how many people should we have? And I said 30, 35, and our big boss from upstairs said, no, let's do 100.
Go big or go home.
And I said, no, we won't do 100. And he said, well, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So we decided, we thought about how we were going to actually sell it as a product. So we thought, let's do it on the show. Anyway, to my incredible amazement and surprise, we sold out within minutes. 100 bums on seats.
Wow.
So last Friday, myself, Sarah and her events team went to London. And I'm going to say, first time on a train on my own at 46 and a half years old.
Really?
I know, ridiculous, isn't it?
To get on?
Crazy.
Right.
It was terrifying. I was only on the train for an hour, but it was terrifying.
You.
And so we headed to Immediate Media, and we got there at 1 o'clock, and we set up, and we finished about 8 o'clock that evening.
Wow.
Make sure everything was spick and span and ready, and then had a nice meal out, and then got up the following morning, had breakfast. Then arrived at the venue, and within half an hour the first lady arrived, and then the next lady, and then groups of ladies. And the way we'd organised it was there was somebody front of house, there was somebody to take the coats. Every little time that somebody needed help, there was somebody there. And 10 o'clock I went down into the auditorium, very posh, and did my hour and a half talk on my top 5 gemstones, which was something I've never done before.
An hour and a half?
Hour and a half,
wow.
Me and the audience. And then we opened up the Q&A session, and I thought, okay, we've got maybe a couple of questions, and Sarah had written down some questions in case people were too shy to ask. After 25 questions, we had to stop.
Oh, really?
It was amazing. Everyone was so lovely.
And you said you had people, come from all over the world.
Well, we had 2 ladies, 2 sisters came from Denmark to see us. And we had a lady from Bermuda who came across to spend time with her sister early, and they got to the airport, they got to Heathrow at 10:30, and then got in a taxi and came to see us straight from Bermuda. So that was amazing. Had a really nice lunch, and in the afternoon, all of the ladies and gents were given a goodie bag full of gemstones and findings and threads. And it was basically, there you are, make what you like. And the buzz was incredible, and we were popping round table to table. Yeah. And I mentioned to Hannah before we came live today, there was a group of 8 ladies they'd never met before. The only common interest they had was JM. Yeah. And by the end of the afternoon, we called them the naughty tables, because they did get quite raucous towards the end. There's always one. And they all swapped emails. They'd set up a WhatsApp group to keep in touch, and they were all going to keep in touch and speak on telephones and things. So
this is something we need to keep doing.
That little table just made it all worthwhile. Yeah. It was just incredible. And then I'm going to spill the beans on Sarah as a treat. Yeah. She took us to Harvey Nichols Wine Bar for a glass of prosecco. So thank you, Sarah. She took us as a little.
Coming on this next time.
As a little thank you.
Wow.
Yes. I won't tell you how much it was, how much a glass of fizz was, but it was. But to be in Harvey Nichols Wine Bar, where AbFab took place all those years ago, I mean, it was phenomenal. Nice. And then I took the train back via my first ever black cab ride.
Wow!
At 46 and a half, and that half is really important. The older you get, that half year becomes really important.
It's like when you're young, kids.
But it reverts back as you're getting older. And then got home at 10 o'clock and had a glass of wine and went to bed. And as I was saying to you earlier, it's that big build up to Christmas. Yeah. and then you wake up at Boxing Day morning feeling, and I'm still coming down from it. And we've had so much positive feedback, and lots of ladies and gents emailing in saying what a lovely time they had, and when's the next one. And the next one is in planning stages, but we are that close to being able to announce it. We just need to clear up a few venue issues. And then
Can you put my name down on this one, please?
It'll be a bit of a... Oh, that was close. It'll be a bit of a trek. That's all I'm going to say.
I know where it is.
That's all I'm going to say. But the announcement is very imminent.
Yeah. Wow.
It's very imminent, yeah.
Hadriana in London says, I was there at the London workshop with Mark, had a fantastic day. It was my first ever workshop. Oh, do you know what? I bet you had an amazing... What a first workshop as well.
There are about 65, 70 ladies that have been watching for years and years and years.
And never.
This was their first ever event.
See, isn't that brilliant if we've been able to get that little bit closer to them to be able to, you know? Sheila in Essex says, hi Mark and team, Hammersmith was an incredible day. My 2 girls really enjoyed the day and are now hooked. Yes,
I'm glad.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Bernadette in County Carlo says, I am so jealous. I would have loved to go, Mark. Congrats. Please come to... do you know what, Bernadette? It's on the list. It's on the list.
We have a list. We have a list of places, and Ireland is on the list.
England, tick. Trek.
Trek. Hello, Z.
Zena, team Hanark. Have a fab show, you gorgeous pair. Love Zena. Oh, look, you should have come in, Zena. You should have just come in. We could have done it all together, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she loves a chat, as Zena does. It would have been brilliant. So we've ticked the London box, so we've ticked the England box. We might be ticking another one.
And the other one.
Definitely got to go to Wales.
And the other one, yeah.
And we'll go and see Bernadette in Ireland as well.
And whenever I do, I'm going to tell the world this. Whenever I do workshops in any shape or form, when the ladies and gents sit down, I say, very seriously, I have my serious face on, that anything I tell you within these 4 walls stays in these 4 walls, because I can't keep a secret. I'm a gossip. I am the world's worst gossip. And all I'm going to say is, so England, tick.
Yeah.
Other places around the country, Spain.
Oh, can we do Ibiza?
Are we too old for Ibiza? Well, I'm too old for Ibiza. But
no, you're never too old for Ibiza.
So just think Spain and week and crafting holiday type of... I really can't say anymore.
This sounds like an absolute dream.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
So there will be a lot more JM on the road from now on. Because the whole point of this Hammersmith do was just to test the water, see how it went, and it went better than any of us could ever imagine.
I have been talking about this for some years, and those of you that watch the mid show will know I've been talking about the JewelleryMaker cruise ship and the JewelleryMaker camper van for years and years, where we have our own
Winnebago.
Our own branded Winnebago that literally drives up and down the country with our crew, our designers, and we just go around and.
It's brilliant. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Sarah and her team. They did the most. They worked so hard. I mean, I was there just to be nice to people, but she worked so hard,
isn't she?
And it just went so. She won't see this tonight because she'll be at the wedding, but
of course.
I will pass her messages on because she's brilliant.
Fab. She's fab at what she does, isn't she? She's amazing. Any others that were at the event last Saturday, please text in 60777. If there's anywhere you'd like us to go, I mean, we can write these down on the list, you know.
I was thinking Madagascar. And we could tie in a little bit of work as well, a bit of filming.
Yeah, that would be good. Or the Dominican Republic.
Good one.
Yeah, that would be good, I think. And maybe the Maldives.
I'd love to see where Mukite is his mind as well.
That would be a really good one. And then we're kind of covering all bases.
World tour, not just the UK tour.
I imagine.
World tour.
I've just mentioned that one, Adam. Yeah, we just mentioned the Dominican. I'm going to go on all of them, I think.
But it was a wonderful day, and as I said, it went better than any of us could have expected. And a massive thank you to everyone who came and gave us their support.
Brilliant.
It was a really good day.
Oh, I wish I'd have been there. Really, really wish I'd have been there now. So I'm definitely going to come to the next one. Did we take any presenters and other guest designers with us? No. Just you? Just you. All eyes on you.
I was front of house. Yeah. It was brilliant.
Wow, amazing. Have we got graphics now? Can we? No.
No.
We were just testing. There's just a little bit of testing going on there. If anybody wants to text in and ask Mark any questions whatsoever, 60777, start your message with word JM Studio. Techniques as well, if there's anything you're a little bit stuck on. Do you have any seed beads with you, or were we just cords tonight? I'm just thinking what we could perhaps show, or...
Well, I'm not sure what Kerry's position is now.
Do you know what, actually, Mark? I've not really worked with you since you've, opened up this whole new world to seed beads.
We haven't, have we?
I don't think so, no.
That'll be 2 years next month.
That's ridiculous.
Since we've been doing Swarovski.
Well, I was off for a year of it,
yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm loving it.
You're loving it.
Am I allowed to say something else?
Yeah.
Oh. So this is why I get into serious trouble. I just cannot keep a secret at all. Okay, on Monday the 27th of August, which is Bank Holiday Monday. Not only is it Bank Holiday Monday, but it's Mark Smith Monday.
Oh my, is this like you, 8 a.m?
So I'm doing 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, okay? The most incredible deal of the day anyone in JewelleryMaker has ever seen, to the point where we have had a specially designed gift box made especially for this strand.
I don't think I know about this. Do I know about this? Everyone's like, hang on.
And also, 2 weeks ago, we launched it was a relaunch of Link beads.
Yeah.
On Bank Holiday Monday, we're launching another brand new seed bead called the Cocoa bead.
I should go.
In the morning show and the late show, I believe. I think we're doing it over, there's going to be 3 kits over the 2 shows, over the 3 shows. So that, again, is another brand new seed bead launch.
27. That is not my side.
No,
but I can watch. I can watch and buy.
No, the deal of the day
so there
is
you
just...
go. Is it? So it
is the most considered, because I like the word considered, single strand of any gemstone we have ever been able to show on
Is it sapphire?
JewelleryMaker. No.
Is it diamonds?
No.
Is it pearls?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Do you know, Beck? No. Adam, Kerry? No. No one tells us anything. No, none of us
I'll give the initials of the mine.
Okay.
SM.
Is the second word mine, or is it not?
No.
So it's Should I say it?
If you want to.
Santa Maria Aquamarine.
A very special Santa Maria strand.
You're great.
Nobody knows.
We should do this more often.
Nobody knows.
I don't even have to probe him. He's just letting it all out by himself.
Yeah.
This is nothing to do with me, by the way.
It's only us. It's only us.
Yeah, as soon as the graphics rate, Mark.
This strand, okay, it's a strand of gems of distinction, obviously. Okay, so tassel strand, a long tassel strand. Now, we all know that some of the gems of distinction have the most delicate little drill holes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have 0.25 wire, 0.4 wire, or if you don't have featherweight head pins, it's really difficult to make a use with it. These strands, of which we only have 30, that's it. We only have 30, have been a specially drilled 0.6mm drill holes.
Really?
The first time it's ever been done in JewelleryMaker history. We have had strands de-stranded, re-drilled, re-stranded, boxed, packaged. It is stunning. And a couple of weeks ago I had a workshop and I gave the ladies in the workshop a sneaky peek.
Did you? So you've actually seen the strand?
And the atmosphere was palpable, the goosebumps. It's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
27th, this is.
27th.
Right, I need to write this down and remember. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. See, you know more than us. Like you seem to spend more time in that office than we do.
Well, I have lots of strategy meetings.
So perhaps we could give you all of our thoughts.
And if you want a little sneaky peek.
Yeah.
If you go on to presenter Carol Roach's page, she's actually on holiday, or she's been on holiday with her family, and she has had photographs taken wearing.
She's not taking it with her, is she?
Yes. She's taking it on holiday with her to model by the pool with a cocktail, in a sun hat, wearing the jewellery that you will see on.
What? Carol, I can just see it now. I can just see it now. Feet up by the pool, mojito, sun hat, glasses. Santa Maria Aquamarine.
Yeah.
I'm Carol
So if you pop onto JewelleryMaker, present Carol Roach, isn't it? You'll see the photographs of the jewellery.
I see, because I don't do Facebook, so I don't see any. Okay. I'm going to have a look now. I'm going to have to go and have a look. Imagine. She's just literally going to be it's not going to be off, is it? No. Santa Maria Aquamarine on the beach. She'll be there. Oh.
And I've teamed it with, what was the nice range of pearls that we've been doing?
Oh, the Radiant collection.
So I've teamed it with Radiant 10mm perfect rounds and Murano glass.
Oh my gosh, I bet that looks incredible.
Yeah. Carol liked it. Carol messaged me and said...
I bet she does. I bet she does. I don't think she's going to be back. I don't think she's going to come... Oh, sorry, I've lost the aquamarine. I don't know where it is. I had to take it off me at customs.
Yes, it's very, very limited. As I said, we've only managed to get 30 strands.
Goodness me. That's probably one of our most limited deals of the day, isn't it? That's amazing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so put that in your diary. It's 27th.
And we have tried to have a bit more stock on standby, and they can't do it.
You can't get it. That's the thing. You just can't. You can't get it.
We're very lucky to
But I think it's really, it is sad when we have quantities as low as that, especially when it's a deal of the day, because mid-show not going to get a look in. We know. But then, as the person that is purchasing, to have something that is so limited edition and so exclusive.
I'm nervously excited.
Yeah.
I've nothing to be nervous about because it's beautiful.
But the thing is, Mark, that auction, the graphics will be on screen for probably 30 seconds, if that, and they will just go. There's collectors that tune in every single day, specifically waiting for strands just like that. And we don't have that many, do we?
I'll signal under the desk how much it will be. It's not enough, is it? It's not going to be enough.
You're going to have to watch. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So make sure you're watching on the 27th of August then. Of course, do remember as well that you can check any upcoming schedules on our JewelleryMaker website. So if you go to JewelleryMaker.com, at the top it says Programme Guide, and if you click on there, I think it takes you through the next week. I think it's kind of 7 days, isn't it? Every presenter that you've got coming up, every show, your guest designer for that show, and the deal of the day that's coming up as well. They might give you a little sneak peek as into our one to own that we've got in the afternoon, your exclusive auction that comes up for you on the late shows as well. So you get a little heads up. So it's always worth having a look at the schedules and what's coming up as well, because if you are perhaps somebody that does macrame, for instance, or specifically seed beads, or it is mainly one medium that you do, it's always worth knowing when these shows are coming up and exactly what you're going to have. If we've got a macrame show coming up, we're going to have lots of cords and all the relevant things to fill your stash for you. So it's always worth just having a look on the schedule overview on our website as well. And also workshops you can book there now as well, which is a fairly new thing as well,
absolutely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a workshop yesterday and today.
Oh, you are busy, aren't you?
It's quite. I walked in yesterday and I thought, only 15 ladies today. It's a doddle. Thinking last week I had nearly 100.
I can cope with this. I can cope with this.
It was wonderful. It was a really nice couple of workshops today. It was lovely.
They've both got their advantages, haven't they? I've always said this before. If you come in on a workshop, which I've been on, where there's only been 5 of us, it's nice because it's more intimate and you feel like you get a little bit more time. Because I am always that person that doesn't like to ask, can you show me again? Because I feel like I'm holding everyone else up if I do that. Right. So I do like the smaller groups. But then, as you say, with the bigger groups, when you get to meet other like-minded people and you make friends out of it, I think it's absolutely brilliant.
There was a distinct buzz. It was just lovely. It was lovely. Let's try and think of a noun for a group of jewellery makers. There must be a collective term.
60777. Start message with the word JM Studio.
Collective term.
A jewel, our Adam's going with.
We had a competition recently about the group, what do you call a group of guest designers? And the winner chose a stash of guest designers.
I like that. Isn't that good?
Yes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So collective name for jewellery makers. Give me till tomorrow, because I need some time for that one. But if you've got any ideas at home, 60777, start your message with the word JM Studio. We are having technical difficulties if you've just tuned in. Unfortunately, nothing's working. So we have said that if you've got any questions for Mark at all, you can text in. If there's anything you'd like to see or hints and tips you'd like to share with us as well, you know, it's all very well our guest designers giving you hints and tips as well, but we need them. We like to share them as well, because sometimes it's the most annoying thing that has the simplest resolution, and you'll think, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? We are also playing Guess the Gemstone, because this will be coming up for you a little bit later on. Fingers crossed. If not, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. We'll have to come back, won't I? A little bit later on, we were playing Guess the Gemstone. A couple of shell-right guesses. Amethyst, yeah, another guess there. It does look, I see again, well, you've got amethyst hues, haven't you?
That's so beautiful.
It's absolutely incredible. Now, this is brand new. It would have been coming up at 7 o'clock this evening. It may still, if the problem is fixed by then. But if it's not at 7 o'clock, it will come up this evening, hopefully before 10 p.m. 10 p.m. So it's brand new. We've only got 103 of them. Really, really limited, very exclusive. You will be the first people to get your hands on this, and do you know what I think? Well, you're going to be the last as well. My gosh.
Amazing, isn't it?
To bring
do you want DVD update?
Oh,
DVDs
on then,
updates. Okay, just future DVDs.
Yes,
okay,
please.
so on November the 19th, it's National Men's Day.
Okay.
So we had National Ladies' Day. Was it January or February? I think it was either of those 2 months. And we're having a Gents' Day. On Monday the 19th, okay? So I'm going to be on all 3 shows, okay? And we're going to try and get male presenters.
Right.
So we've got Derek, we're going to try and get Drew.
When's this?
November the 19th.
So they're just sacking me off for that day, are they? Or?
Might be, yeah.
Okay.
If it is your day. I don't think so. That's just the idea we've got. You're more than welcome to
do you know what? I'll come in anyway.
And we are launching the sequel, the long-awaited sequel to Makes for Men. Now, I launched the first Makes for Men 4 years ago.
That was a long time ago, isn't it?
But we've had so many new products introduced, including paracord and seed beading and copper and all metals and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we're in the planning stages of that. So that's going to be released on November the 19th, along with some amazing products.
Yeah. And look, look at him. It's right there on the tip of his tongue, and he really wants to say it, but he shouldn't.
No.
You know.
No.
Seed beads?
No.
Cords?
Oh.
Do you know what? Before 10 o'clock, he'll definitely have let the cat out of the bag, I tell you.
And then, over Christmas, over the Christmas festive season, we're going to be launching 2. We're going to be launching Link Bead DVD.
Okay.
Okay, because that was the Link Beads that we launched a couple of weeks ago. And, my favourite, I think, the long-awaited sequel to Swarovski Makes DVD.
Wow, about
which I'm
time.
really, really excited about.
Yeah.
So that's over Christmas.
Goodness me, you've got a lot in the diary, haven't you?
Yeah, plus lots of new workshops. And I've had my arm twisted, quite seriously, by one of our viewers today, a lovely lady called Amanda Disney, who is going to be home by now watching. I've had my arm twisted to do a carrier bead workshop.
Wow.
On the back of the carrier bead launch that we had a few weeks ago.
Makes sense.
On the DVD.
Yeah.
So I've had my so as soon as the date is verified, then I'll make a little post and we can get that booked in.
Excellent. And of course, you do always keep people updated on your Facebook page as well.
Yeah. So all the new workshops, DVDs, this little trek.
Yeah.
And then another little
trek,
somewhere
hike.
in December. Yeah.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. Just say it.
This isn't concrete.
Yeah.
Okay. We've placed an order.
Right.
Okay. So.
Is this another secret?
I'm not guaranteeing, but we have been promised that also on November the 19th, which is Men's Day, we're having a paracord relaunch.
Wow.
Okay, because we haven't seen paracord this year, and we're going to be selling paracord in 100 feet reels rather than the little 16 feet. Goodness. And we're having, specially made for us, the paracord jigs. We've got the small and the large. We're having one made specifically for us, okay?
Wow.
A metre long. So that wooden jig, a metre long, so people can make dog collars, dog leads, horse tethers, belts, handbag straps, all that sort of thing. That's not the best of it. Do you know the best of it?
Oh my gosh. Okay. We need to break graphics more often, don't we? This is brilliant.
Okay. In November the 19th, Men's Day, we're going to be launching alongside Paracord, sterling silver, brushed aluminium, copper, I can't remember the term, copper something, buckles for Paracord. Sterling silver buckles for Paracord.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so, and we're also doing lots of other accessories and lots of goodies and all sorts of...
This is amazing. This is why...
See what I mean? I can't keep a secret.
This is why you never switch off. And I mean, even when the graphics break and we go down, you never switch off because everything has been revealed tonight.
But
literally
viewers, please don't say that I told you, okay? If you get questioned about this, denial knowledge that I've told you anything about this, because I will get into serious trouble.
No, we won't say that. I'm going to like there's lots. I need a pen actually here, so I can write all of these dates down. So we've got, you know, the 19th of November.
19th of November.
27th of August.
27th of August.
Down as well. Yeah. And who knows what other dates we're going to have by 10 p.m. this evening. Goodness me. See, there's so much coming up. And there is so much going on behind the scenes here at JewelleryMaker as well. Not just what Mark has mentioned tonight, but so much more that we've got so many launches in the pipeline for you this year. Is going to be incredible the rest of this year. And of course, it's the run-up to Christmas. So,
and I had a strategy meeting yesterday with the buying team.
Did you get a buffet?
No. All I'm going to say is, storage solutions, you've seen nothing yet.
Like, this man, literally, I'm not telling you any of my secrets.
Don't.
No, I don't think I have any actually.
No, I wouldn't. It's all work related. If it's personal secrets, I'm very tight-lipped. But I like to share JM secrets with the viewers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to know what we've got coming up, though, isn't it? And DVDs launches. Well, I love launching the DVDs here at JewelleryMaker. The DVDs, I think, are one of the best things we do here at JewelleryMaker, especially for people like you say that perhaps can't get down to the workshops that live too far away. Yeah. I think the value for money in the DVDs is absolutely
still the same price as the day we launched the channel, which I think is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, just unbelievable. And when you think of all the work that goes into them as well.
Well, my DVDs is averaging about 3 months' work.
Yeah.
For every DVD, plus everything else I do as well. And
that's great. And you don't think about when you sat down at home watching a DVD for an hour, you don't think about that, do you? But there's so much work that goes into them. A lot of our DVDs you can find on the website as well, JewelleryMaker.com. And do remember, I do think the website is up and running at the moment. I think you can buy on the web right now. But if you can't because of our technical difficulties, just make a note. You can shop, go and browse. I do it all the time. If there's something we don't have now, I did it the other week with gold-plated 925 sterling silver featherweight head pins. Okay, yeah. We haven't had them on air for I don't know how long, and I just kept thinking, we haven't got them. And I thought, hang on, I haven't checked the website. So I checked the website, and there they were. So I ordered them anyway, and managed to get them. So, you know, just because we don't bring something to air doesn't necessarily mean that we absolutely don't have it. So always check the website if there's something you need, or there's something that perhaps has taken your fancy, or you're thinking, do you know what, I just need a strand of 6mm round amethyst. Go onto the website, type it in, and it will come up on a search, and you can shop any time of day or night. You've got 1pm in any one day. So from midnight last night through until midnight tonight, $3.95. It doesn't matter how many times you log in and check out. It doesn't matter how many times you dial in on the phone line. Just £3.95 for you. So do always remember that even in times like this where we're not working properly, that's just me. You can shop on the web as well. We are having some technical difficulties. Don't go anywhere. We're trying to fix them. Hopefully we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Good evening, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. If you've just tuned in, by the way, we are having some technical difficulties this evening. I don't think we've been able to play an auction since about 6:15, unfortunately, so I'm really sorry. We have had our huge team of technical people come in on a Saturday night. Bet that's cheered them up. Yeah. Oh, you know that night out you were planning? Well, I'm really sorry, but we've got no graphics. So yeah, there's a team of people coming to the building tonight to try and fix it. So hopefully they'll have it fixed very soon. If you didn't watch the last hour, because we didn't go off air, we didn't have a 45-minute break. Oh no, Mark Smith revealed all. like literally.
Not quite all.
Well, not in the physical sense. No. Let us know a lot about what's going on here at JewelleryMaker that none of us knew about JewelleryMaker on the road, and lots of other things like the deal of the day that's coming up on the 19th. No, was it the 19th? 27th of August, the Men's Day on the 19th of November as well. I tell you. So you need to watch the last hour back if you didn't watch it. You really, really do. You need to write these dates down in your diary. Because we can't do anything really other than have a chat here at JewelleryMaker and show you some different things. If there's anything you'd like Mark to show you, any different techniques, if you want advice on anything jewellery related, 60777, start message with the word JM Studio. We can still receive messages, so we'd really, really like you to get interactive with us this evening. So you can send a text in from your mobile on that number, or alternatively you can send a message on the web if you're watching it on the web as well. Just below the live feed there is a little box that says send message to studio. If you type it in there, it does come through on the same system as well. We haven't got two separate systems, it all comes through on the same system, so we will still pick up your message. So if you do want to get involved this afternoon, this evening, jokes as well, we love a good joke here at JewelleryMaker, especially when they're Christmas related. Yes, yes. No, Halloween. Oh yeah, but I don't really do Halloween, got to be honest with you.
We take the lights off and hide behind the sofa.
Do you? Don't answer the door.
No.
That sounds like a really good idea. Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes it can get a bit much, can't it? Depending on, on.
But I think word's got out that we're grumpy old men, and they just don't bother anyway.
Don't knock that door.
Don't knock on that one.
You won't get anything.
No.
So yeah, do get interactive with us this evening as well. So Mark, is there anything that you can show us?
Well, this weekend is challenge show. Okay, so the guest designers have been given kits. Okay.
Yeah.
No time. They've just been given kits. This is your challenge. Okay, which always puts a fear of dread into our hearts. Okay. I cheated.
Why? How?
Because I've pre-made jewellery, which we're not actually supposed to do.
Yeah, but you're obviously just very eager.
Yes, but we're not
love the kit.
But we're not supposed to.
Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. But actually, it's a good job you have, really, because we've got something to look at.
Kerry as well. Kerry, before the show, came up to me and said, "Do you have any jewellery for photographing?"
And you said no.
And I said no. No, it's a challenge show I've got. So sorry, Kerry, I fibbed to you as well. But I'd have got into serious trouble, you see.
Well, I think you're in enough trouble already.
But all of these pieces are unfinished.
Okay.
So I was going to show you how to finish pieces.
Excellent.
Would that be satisfactory?
Very much so for me, because that is a lot of. I always. I don't make a massive amount of jewellery, as a lot of you know, because I don't have a huge amount of time. But when I do, it's the starting and the finishing. I can do the bit in the middle, but sometimes you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do with this end, or what do I do here? Where do I put this?
Well, this is the first kit. This is the 7 o'clock kit, which we will play if the gods smile down on us. Okay, and this is all about opal.
I love this.
Okay, I was given 3 gauges of wire. I was given 0.4, 0.6, and 1mm.
Okay.
Okay, and we also had the most amazing 3 strands of incredible opal. We had this amazing turquoise blue. We had purple, and this is very similar to morganite tones, the pink opal. Okay, so 3 incredible strands, really different as well. It was an absolute joy to work with. So I decided I was going to make really nice simple jewellery, and we had wire, so I had to do rosary linking, which is overtaking the macrame at the moment. I just adore rosary linking. It's my little thing.
See, but if you don't mind me saying so, Mark, you are a perfectionist.
I tried to be.
So
it's very time-consuming.
That's what I mean. How long? I mean, rosary linking, that's like a labour of love, isn't it? Especially for somebody like you that will have to get every single one of those links consistent, every single one. Even something like that.
That probably took me about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Which in the scheme of things isn't.
It's not a huge amount, and I guess it's something that you can just leave and go off to something and come back to, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I made this little necklace here. So this is using the turquoise blue and also the purple, which I think the 2 tones go beautifully together.
Yeah.
So what I was going to do, I was going to show you how to make findings with 1mm wire.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you two different clasps, and I'm going to show you how to make shepherd's hooks.
Amazing.
So if all else fails and you've run out of findings in your stash, it's a quick way of making them. So I thought I'd do that today. Yeah. So I'll show you how to do the finishing of the clasp first of all. Okay, so this is my rosary linked piece.
Okay.
I'll just pop those to one side at the moment. And I had all of this left as well. So I had quite a few stones left. So I had quite a bit left. Which
it's a lot of gemstones.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to use the 1mm wire. So first of all, as you can see, I've got very, very fine rosary link ends at the end. So one side will have our clasp, and the other side we're going to need a jump ring. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do the jump rings, and then also how to make the clasp at the end. Okay. So this is, put the specs on. A number of times I lost my spectacles today.
And you can't find them because you can't see.
No. And I always talk about making spectacle chains, but I haven't made one of my own.
So that'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
It's just silly, isn't it? So that would be absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this is 1mm. So we're just going to cut off a little section. You don't need the whole reel at this point. And what we're going to do now, if you have a ruler at home, or I tend to use my macrame board. I apologise for the state of this macrame board. They are well used.
Yeah.
I know, it's embarrassing, isn't it? I should always have a brand new one when I come in.
This shows how hard you work, Mark.
But it's just nice to see, isn't it? And what we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of 1mm. You can do it with 0.8 for a clasp, but I wouldn't go any less a gauge than your 0.8. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a piece 4 centimetres in length. Okay. Now, because it's got this curve, I'm going to keep that curve. It'll help. Yeah. It'll help. So we're just going to cut along the top, and then what we're going to use is a handle off of a pair of pliers. And if you can, go for a pair that's curved. Right. This pair here, for example, is quite a bulky. It's more of a square, an oblong shape. But so I try to go for a round. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our piece of wire. So I'm going to keep that curve because it's there anyway. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take both ends and I'm going to bring them up so they meet in the middle. Look at that. Perfect. Gosh. You'd think I'd done that before, wouldn't you? So I'm going to let it down. So you can see I've got a sort of a staple shape in effect. So what we're going to do, we're going to take one of our ends. It doesn't matter which end you start with. What we're going to do, we're going to take our pliers and we're going to go not completely to the tip, but about 0.5 centimetre from the end. And we're just going to make a little loop. Okay, and then you can go in if you want to afterwards and just give it a little bit of a squidge. Okay, and then all we're going to do is we're just going to push down the straight piece of metal so it touches the little section. To do the second part, we go right down to the base of our round nose pliers. Okay, so right at the base, and we're going to take the pliers, and I tend to mould the wire around the plier, so that's probably a bit lazy. Okay, then I'm going to take that off. So we've got a large loop and we've got a small loop. So what we're going to do then is just going to give it a squidge. Okay, so that's our basic clasp shape. So now we need to make a jump ring to pop on the end. So again, take our piece of wire. And if you just want to make 1 or 2 jump rings, I tend to use my pliers. Right. If you want to make a long section, you use your gizmo mandrels or something like that. So we're just going to pop our wire in, and I tend to just go round and then take the pliers out and then just go back in and just make a couple of, because it's a cone, there'll be varying sizes. Okay, but as I said, you only want a couple. So then I'm just going to go in, and where the little tail that you've made hits the rings, I'm just going to go in, and I'm using flush cutter pliers, which is perfect. So there we've got a couple of jump rings. Okay, so I'm going to take one of our little jump rings, and I'm just going to pop it on one of the links. And the reason that we need a jump ring on this end is because there's no way that this little curve will go through the links we've made using that fine wire. So you need to make a jump ring for that clasp to attach. And then the other end, we're just going to, again, you're going to treat this as a jump ring. So we're just going to open it north and south, never east and west. We're going to pop that on the end, on the clasp. Close that nice and tight. You just need to make sure that there's no little gap in between, because that fine gauge wire will just slip out. So we're going to pop that on, and then this then will give us the opportunity then just to take that clasp through and close on the top. So that's your handmade clasp, your handmade jump ring. You'll probably notice that that's not symmetrical. So if you wanted to, you could just, you've got that second jump ring that you could pop on the other side just to get that equal.
Wow, that's brilliant as well. You know, if you have suddenly run out of...
Yeah, you need a clasp.
Yeah.
And what you could do, if you wanted to, you could hammer that. If you wanted to have a bit of texture with your texturing hammers. Or you can give it a squidge with your pliers and work hard on it if you wanted to.
Brilliant.
So just using 4 centimetres of wire, you've got a ready-made clasp in emergencies.
Wow.
And it's not especially over decorative, but it'll do the job.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's
brilliant.
That's quite nice.
And that would work just as well on bracelet designs as well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right.
Fantastic.
That's right. So what I'm going to show you next is an earring finding.
Okay.
Now, this is probably 1mm is probably too thick a gauge for an earring for a shepherd's hook. So if you probably go down to a 0.8, 0.6 would probably be a bit flimsy. I think 0.8 is probably
ideal.
Probably the choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of wire, and for this you're going to need a piece again about 4 centimetres long. Seems to be a nice length. So we're just going to cut 4 centimetre piece of length. So we're going to go to one end now. Now, because this is going through the ear, you'll just need to make sure that you file the end, just to make sure it's nice and soft. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go again to the very point of our pliers, and we're going to make a very tiny little loop. Now that loop there will be on the outside of the ear, which you'll then attach your drop to.
Okay.
So with the circle that we've made, so if you can imagine it's a letter P.
Yeah.
Okay. You see this little right angle here, but underneath the loop and down the metal there, we're just going to place again right in the very middle again. Okay. So we go from the very tip to the middle, and we're just going to take our wire all the way over, so it touches the little curl we've made. Okay. So if I lay that down, so that's our shepherd's hook. Okay, then you need to decide on how long you want your post to be.
Okay.
So I tend to put the top of the loop on a centimetre space and then go down 1-2 centimetres. That tends to be quite a nice length for a shepherd's hook. And all we're going to do then is we're just going to give the tail a little kink. We're just going to open out our shepherd's hook ever so slightly, and then we're just going to open our little ring there. We're going to pop on our earring, and then we're just going to close it down. So if I hold that up to the camera, you have your little shepherd's hook. Okay.
That's great.
So again, that's another little quick make.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And I'm just thinking, actually, do you know what? I could now do that because I am the person that suffers with allergies to certain alloys in the ear. Okay, right. So I could just do that with my 925 sterling silver wire.
Brilliant.
To make my own earring findings.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Message
from Angela. She says, any tips on making head pins? Also, what gauge do you use when you rosary link, and how do you get the loops consistent and round? Practice.
Okay. So, making head pins.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever made
We
a
did
head
see.
pin.
I'm just trying to think now.
Yeah.
So, what day is it today?
Saturday.
So, I'm thinking Tuesdays. Hang on, where are we? So, I'm Saturday. So, I was in Wednesday. I'm thinking it was Wednesday. If it wasn't last Wednesday, it was the week before Gemma Crow was here.
Right.
And she made some ball head pins with her torch and sterling silver wire. So I think it was a 0.6mm gauge wire that she used. And it was quite funny because it kind of went wrong first, and we were all watching intently for minutes and minutes, and Gemma was like, I don't know why this is happening. It always does it really, really quickly. And then the second time she did it, it did. I think it was something to do with her torch. So basically, she had a torch, and she did say that, you know, if you have the flambe torch for your creme brulees, if you have one of those, it will work the same. She did say a gas hob ring wouldn't work as effectively. You do need it to be kind of like the blowtorch type. So she just cut the length of the 0.6 sterling silver wire, and then she held it with her tweezers. She'd got her you know, like the fire block.
The gauze.
Yeah. And the mat there as well, because obviously it's, you know, you're working with a naked flame at the end of the day, so you've got to be really, really careful. And all she did, so with a flame, you know, where you get the blue, so the blue, the hottest part of the flame inside, she just held the very, very end on the tip of the blue flame and literally held it there for seconds, and it just curls up the sterling silver and creates a ball.
Right.
So then she took it away and then popped it into the water to quench it, and that's it. It was that simple, job done. So you can go back and have a look. I'm trying to think. I was definitely with Gemma on Wednesday, but I have a feeling it was the week before that she was here that she actually did that demonstration for you. But there are, again, loads of tutorials and different techniques and stuff over on our YouTube channel. So if you go over there, if there's anything like that that perhaps we can't show you at the time, or that you want to see, or you know you're working on a certain project and you can't remember how to do something, if you go and have a look on our YouTube channel at the tutorials, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and you can watch shows back as well. So you know, if you've missed like that particular demonstration that was literally just last week, I think. You can go back and watch it, but that was specifically head pins with the 95 sterling silver as well. Eye pins, because obviously I don't think you could do that with all of your wires where we use the flame and create the ball head pin, but you know, if it's eye pins again, I think you know, your 0.6 wire or your 0.8 or your 0.8. Well, it depends what you. I guess it depends what you're making and what you're doing. So what about rosary linking then as well?
See if I can.
How do you get them so consistent? Is it just time, patience,
there
practice?
Are a couple of fail-proof. No, what's the word? Fail-safe, fail-proof.
It's foolproof, isn't it?
Foolproof,
fail-safe, yeah.
So let's do an eye pin first.
Okay.
So let's take a piece of wire. I'm going to go for 5 centimeters this time. Okay. And then what I tend to do is this is basically how you do an eye pin rosary link. So there are two different types of rosary link. So you need to decide the diameter of your circle that you need originally. Now I tend to go about 1 centimetre, okay? I'm being lazy now. So with your flat nose pliers, okay, we're just going to bend over to 90 degrees. Okay, so we've got a 90-degree turn. And this is how I would also curl memory wire as well. So you fold over into the memory wire, and then you curl back. And also going to do is choose the diameter of your eye, so probably about halfway on your plier, and then you need to hold on with your finger and your thumb, the vertical piece of wire, and all you're going to do is just slowly, gently, just manipulate over, and you need to make sure that it sits nice and neatly. Now, I've known designers at this point, and I need to remember how this is done. They go in with their flush cutter pliers at an angle, okay, and then they re-join the circle, and it sits nice and straight. And if you wanted to, you can go back in and make your loop nice and tight. So there you have it, and then you just straighten out your. And I'm using really thick wire here. If you had a 0.8, it would be a bit easier. So there you have your your eye pin. Okay. So do you want a back to basics rosary link?
Yeah, that would be great.
Good choice.
Excellent.
So I'm going to use these large.
This is something I've never attempted. And I think for me it's a time and patience thing, because I know it's going to take me some time. And I am a perfectionist, but I know that I need a lot of practice to get to that.
Okay. So I'm just going to go to my toolbox.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out. Now we have this on the show quite often, which is your bail making pliers. Okay, so these are the bail making pliers. Now these are the 6 bail. Okay, now I've had these for years and I've never made a bail with them.
Have you not?
To be honest, no, I've never made a bail.
We use them for so many other things, like the clasps and things.
I use them if you need 3 or 4 jump rings. It's the perfect to get the same size. But you can use these for rosary linking. Okay, so you choose the diameter of a link and you do your wrapping around the section on your bail making pliers. So that's one way of doing it. Second way is you can choose your round nose pliers of choice, and then with a permanent marker, you're just going to mark a little line around your plier, and then every time you come to make your link, you pop the wire on that point. Okay. Now that will rub off after a while, so just keep an eye on it. And when it starts to fade, just reapply with your wire. But I've been doing rosary linking for so long now. It's just it's the same. You know, you just get used to a certain position that you have your pliers in. Okay. So when you are doing rosary linking, the first thing you need to look at is the diameter of the drill holes. Now, because these are tassel strands, the strands gems of distinction, it has a very fine drill hole. So you need to decide on the gauge of the wire. Now I've tried 0.6, it's slightly too thick. So 0.4 is always your go-to, and it is strong enough for rosary linking with. Okay. So choose a manageable length. I tend to go for about 8 to 10 inches of wire. Okay. So the first thing, you have 2 points. You have a rosary link. As soon as you join a link to a link, it becomes a chain. Okay. So I'm going to show you first of all how to do a link, and then we'll show you how to link a link to a chain. Okay. So just move this out of the way. Let me get rid of this horrible board. It is repulsive, isn't it?
I've seen worse.
Have you heard about my tea towel?
No.
You've not heard about my tea towel. This is awful. I do apologise if you're eating your supper at this point. On my desk, I was so embarrassed about this tea towel.
Is this at home,
At home, that lives on my desk in my workroom. That when Callum came a couple of weeks ago to film me in my workroom with the Deflecto storage systems, I had to hide it. It was so embarrassing. I have a tea towel on my desk that I have been using ever since joining JewelleryMaker, so that's just over 7 years.
What do you use it for? Clearly not the dishes.
No, I have never washed it in 7 years.
I am so shocked. That's not you.
It is disgusting, but it has markings. It has measurements.
So you've drawn on it.
So I've drawn on it. I've got lines. I've got the centimetre marks on it, and I've got little bits of glue that I remember from this project, and a marker pen stain from.
It's fine.
It is, and I daren't wash it because all of that history will get washed away. But it's disgusting. It is repulsive. But it's like my little security blanket that children have.
Yeah, your little comfort blanket.
God, it's all coming out tonight, isn't it?
You see, that's why I never switch off.
Oh dear. So I'll never have that on screen. I'll never show anybody, but it is disgusting. It's that sort of stage where it's going to get up and walk itself to the washing machine.
You need to start thinking about replacing it.
I couldn't.
But it won't be the same. It won't have the same smell.
No.
You see.
Do you think it smells? I've never got that close.
Well, no, I was thinking more of like a children's the comfort blankets. You see, it's that thing. If you've got young children and they have like teddies, it's like, why didn't I buy 2? Because at some point I've got to take him away and put him in the washing machine, and it's horrific. It's like a horrendous few hours. So if you had to, but they know if it's.
It'll be a part of JewelleryMaker being washed away. I couldn't cope with that. So. Rosary linking. So take a piece of wire. Now this is, as I said, this is your 0.4. So first of all, we need to make a wrapped loop. Now lots of designers have different ways of doing wrapped loops, and I'm a bit of a time saver. I do the easy and quick way, which in my opinion looks neat and as neat.
And if it's quicker.
I call it the faffy way.
Okay.
No disrespect to guest designers who do the faffy way, but life's
time
too
is
short.
money.
And rosary linking is time consuming as it is. So you take your wire and leave a tail of about 1 inch. You place your pliers in. Now I always go for the centre of my pliers. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little tail that's sticking out at the top, and I'm going to bend it at a right angle, and I'm going to continue all the way over until it sticks out away from me.
Okay.
So it started as horizontal. So basically I've gone 360 degrees to make the loop. So if I turn it over, you can see that I've got a right angle with a loop. Okay, if I move that out, so that's your right angle with a loop. So for the first stage, you have the round nose plier inside the loop. You take the pliers out, you tilt the wire until so it's nice and flat. And can you see where those 2 wires cross? Just inside the loop, where the wires cross, you place your pliers as you're holding onto the wire with the pliers this time. And you're going to take that little tail, and all you're going to do, you're going to wrap it around the large tail. Now I always wrap mine twice. Okay, so that you get a nice even loop. So that's 1, and then all the way around, and 2. Okay. Now don't be worried at this stage if there's tiny little gappages in between your coil. Okay, because we're going to remedy that. So you're just going to cut that little tail off. Okay, so that's your wrapped loop, okay, which is exactly the same technique if you're using 0.25 or 0.6, 0.8. Then you're going to slide on your gemstone. So in this case, I'm going to go for one of the purple pearls that came with the kit. And we're going to slide that down. And what we're going to do now, can you see that you've got the coil, so you've got about 2 millimeters of coil in between. So what you're going to do, whatever the depth of the coil is on this side, so that's say 2 millimeters, you need to halve that on the second side and pop in your plier and leave. Again, the more you do this, the more you do it. You don't even think about it. Okay. You go straight and do it. So whatever the depth of your coil is before the bead, you halve it on the other side. Okay. You pop your plier in the same place, so halfway along. You tilt it, and you do exactly the same. So you bring the wire that's currently away from you over to the top. This time, all you're going to do is you're going to take your wire, you're going to veer off to the left, and you're going to wrap once, twice, filling in the gap. And because you've only left 1 millimeter, but you've got a 2 millimeter coil, is it pushes the bead down onto the previous coil, and it squidges up any spaces that you might have left. So then we're going to go in and we're going to cut off that tail. Okay, so there we have a rosary link. Okay, so that's your rosary link. So once you've done a link, you only ever have one link because from now on you're going to be making a chain. Okay. So go back to our piece of wire. We're going to go in halfway long, inch of tail. We're going to take our wire all the way over, all the way across. So then we have our right angle with a loop, as we have. So at this point, you would hold the wire where they cross, and you would do your loop. Okay. Before we do that, we have to take our link that we've just made, pop it through so it sits inside that little loop, so it dangles. Right. Okay. Then you go back in where the wires cross, just inside the loop. Then you take your little tail and you wrap it twice. So that's once, twice. Give it a nice squidge. Okay, cut off the tail, making sure that you don't cut through your loop. Then we pop on our next bead. So just take our next opal, drop it down, look at the depth of your coil, which we know is about 2 millimeters. Yeah. Pop in your round nose pliers, halfway long, leaving half the depth, so again about 1 millimeter. Yeah. Angle it so it makes it easy for you to work with. Wire towards you, veer off to the left, nice and tight, and then just once and twice. So while you're pushing down, that's pushing down on the previous coil that you've made before the bead. And we're just going to go and just give our little loop a nice little squidge. And then we're just going to cut the wire. So that now is the start of our chain. Okay, shall I do one more?
Yes, please.
Do one more. So again, back to our wire. So out of an 8-inch, 10-inch wire, you should probably get the 5 or 6 links out of the piece of wire. So halfway along our pliers, inch of tail, bring the wire over, all the way over, take it off the pliers, turn horizontally so we have the little loop with the right angle. We take our chain. One little tip is if you're doing a strand of graduated beads, rosary linking, just keep an eye on the small, which is the small end and which is the large end, because you don't want to start adding the larger beads to the small end. So what you can do, just a little, is just cut a piece of wire. If you know the length that you're going to be working to, you can pop your clasp on to the first bead, and then you know that's the end. But all you need to do is just cut a piece of wire, only just a little offcut, and just wrap it round the end. You don't have to do it tight, so you know that is the end. Yeah. So that's going to be the small bead. Right. They're going to get larger and then small again. So it's just a way of remembering that you don't get them mixed up. So we've got our little loop. We're going to take our bead and we're going to pop that on so it dangles in the loop. Then we're going to take the wires where they cross. And then we're going just to make sure we get our tail. So wrap twice, that's once, twice. We're going to close off, then ready for our bead. Slide that down, feed that down. So we know that we've got 2 millimeters in there. So halfway along the plier, 1mm. There we go. Wire towards us, veer off to the left. Once, twice. That's pushed down on the coil below, so we know it's going to be exactly the same size. And then we're going to clip that off. Okay, so then that's our, that's how you just continue.
Wow.
So you've got a nice neat link. If you wanted to, if you're not happy with the way they're positioned, you can then go in with your flat nose pliers and just straighten them the way they lay.
Yeah.
But I tend to like the way they sit because it's natural looking, isn't it? And it looks handmade, it doesn't look machine made. So you can see with the completed necklace, I'll just bring this down. So you can see that they're pretty identical sizes.
Wow.
So all I've done is I've just done exactly what I've shown you, how to rosary link. And now we've seen how to do the clasp at the end as well, so that's now ready to wear.
So now we can all do a rosary link necklace, a bracelet design. That's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? I love that.
The thing is, with the rosary linking, you do become addicted.
Yeah, I bet.
You really do.
And I can imagine that that's the kind of thing that you would find quite therapeutic as well, actually.
Yeah. We did a rosary linking workshop at the beginning of the year, and the first task that I gave the ladies and gents that came is I gave them a reel of wire and a bead scoop in a bead scoop bag. Okay. And the task was I gave them an hour and a half to rosary link. So we gave them the basics of how to rosary link, which I've just shown you. And then what they had to do, they had to take beads out of the bag without looking.
Oh, I like that.
And I just told them to make, and all of them had a really nice length lariat over the head necklace. And the point of the task was, we get so set in our ways with colour combinations. And it was lovely to see everyone's look of surprise when they think, oh, we'd never put that with that. That works really well with that. Oh, I wouldn't have imagined that working together. And just for those colour combinations, using a rosary link, it looked quite a bohemian, vintage-looking necklace at the end of it. So if you want to have a go at rosary linking...
And I guess everybody had something different as well,
absolutely. Didn't they? So make your own bead scoop at home. Don't look at what you're bringing out. And just rosary link. Give yourself an hour, 2 hours. Okay, you'll be able to make a necklace within an hour, and then just pop it over the head, and away you go. And
brilliant.
It's a really nice little present as well for somebody who's new to jewellery making. A bead scoop, reel of wire, basic toolkit, and they can just make. So do you remember we have the pearl scoops? Do exactly the same with that. You know, they come in a little gift box. Yeah,
we had one not long ago.
Put them into a bag that you can't see, and just pick them out.
Just go for it.
Random.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, it's such a lovely thing to do.
Hazelyn Sterling, she says, this is like one of those programmes, An Evening With. Brilliant. Graphics need to break. See, I think so as well. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving it. We've got to find out about everything that's going on here at JewelleryMaker. Kissel says, great show. You should do more shows like this. Yes. Sorry, none of those messages were coming live then. They're all on my screen on there. If you have just tuned in, by the way, we are having technical difficulties. We are live here at JewelleryMaker, so things do go wrong sometimes. Actually, considering how many hours we are live for,
it's amazing.
We do well, don't we, really?
Yes.
Kay in Yorkshire says, Mama Me was on that workshop. She's still making necklaces the same way, Mark.
Oh,
I love that. See, I love asymmetric. I love irregular. I love, because you're very much symmetry aren't you? And
so for me, actually, I mean, I said to you that it was a task for the ladies and gents to do this random. But I did it alongside, and it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. And as I said, if you've got a mixed bag of pearls, do the same. Just put them in a bag. Don't look at what you're picking out. And just make. You can thread exactly the same way as well. And it just really takes you out of your comfort zone. It's like having your own little colour wheel in a bag. It's brilliant.
Love it. And we've got some fantastic bead kits. But I'm just thinking as well. Probably lots of you have got kind of leftover beads from and just have a stash.
It's brilliant.
Well, I love that. And if you do make them, of course, enter them into the Wall of Fame because you could be winning yourself £100 credited to your account. This is a competition we run every week here at JewelleryMaker. And we were talking about it in the office actually the other day, not just the fact that, you've got a chance of winning, which obviously is always brilliant, but I think, as obviously we're not allowed to enter, so I don't know exactly how it feels, but it must be amazing when you see your piece of jewellery on television.
See, I never Wall of Famed before I joined the team, you see. I've never seen my pictures up on the screen.
It must be a pretty good feeling, I would imagine.
Becky can hear me. Have you got a calculator in the8 Can you do this little equation? It's not an equation. This little adding up sum. So 8 times 52. What does that?
400.
Okay, times 150. So, since JewelleryMaker has been going, we have given away, in Wall of Fame prize money, £62,400. £400, approximately. Obviously, that was until May just gone.
Yeah.
So over £60,000 in Wall of Fame prize money. That's phenomenal, isn't it?
Look at that! Isn't that amazing? Really.
And I just think we're very close now to 70,000 Facebook followers as well, which is
Do you know what that
phenomenal.
means, don't you? We could fill Wembley Stadium. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That could be my next on the road. I'd love
Mark
that.
Smith at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah,
I love
70,000 audience. I would never fill Wembley.
Can you imagine? Oh, it would be amazing. I tell you. Yeah. Imagine all of those people.
Yeah.
Customer says, Hannah and Mark, how did you both join JM? You're both great and always so knowledgeable. Thanks, customer.
You first.
Well, I have been I've been in this industry, so obviously JewelleryMaker was under the umbrella of the Genuine Gemstone Company, which is where I originated from 13 years ago.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. And would you believe I used to sit where Becky was sat? I used to produce.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Which is maybe, I don't know, maybe why I have a bit more knowledge. I don't know, really. So I've been here for a very, 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 very long time. And do you know what as well? It was quite cheeky how I got in. Because obviously this industry, you know, it can be quite difficult and quite competitive to get into, as any of you that want to work within media will know. Anyway, I did used to work in radio beforehand. And then my friend, she just mentioned me to one of our very old managers on production and said, oh, I've got a friend that's interested in producing. And he was like, come in, and that was it.
So how did you go from producing to presenting?
Well, now there's a story. One day, somebody was off sick. And the manager said to me, can you do it? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can. But then he just said to me, do you know what? You'll be doing exactly what you do now, but on the other side of the camera. And that was it. I did it, and I never looked back.
Wow. So you stayed,
and they did all say,
yeah,
and they did all say, the management were like, we know you can do it because you've got the gift of the gab. I don't know what they meant by that. Yeah, so that was it. That was it for me.
And you had a family.
Yeah, gosh, and all in that time as well. So yeah. Wow. And that's you know, it's crazy really how it all started. Oh really? Yeah. Kerry applied for a job, and then our director Paul hired her. So how did you get into JM then? If you didn't Wall of Fame.
JewelleryMaker started in the May.
Yeah.
And the following March, the following April, so just under a year the channel had been running.
Yeah.
And at that point I worked in a garden centre in Oxford, and I've been working there for 10 years.
That explains the green fingers.
Yeah. And
not literally,
I was the indoor manager, so pesticides, weed killers, feed, bird care, anything that was inside, I was the manager of. So anything that wasn't a plant, okay. And however many health and safety workshops I went on, I didn't lift properly. I was lazy. You know, I'd never bent my knees, never bent my back properly, straight back. And I hurt my back, inevitably, okay? And I was sent off work. And I was off work for 3 months. Now, after 3 months, I was going stir crazy. And one morning, I sat in front of the TV, channel flicking, and Lucy appeared on the screen. And effervescent Lucy, as we know.
So you were just kind of scrolling
just channel flicking. Never seen jewellery before, never made jewellery before, completely new to me. And I don't know whether it was Lucy's personality or the whole ethos of the show. Yeah. By the end of that show, I bought a kit. Okay. And I tuned in the following day.
What kit was it? Can you remember?
I've still got it at home.
What was it?
It was that little purple organza bag with a little findings pack. And it was agate slabs, purple dyed agate slabs, all knotted in between, and a strand of smoky quartz and a strand of sodalite. So it's quite a random kit, but I haven't touched it. I've still got it.
Goodness me.
So following day, kit. First kit arrived, made the jewellery, and I slowly, after over about 3 weeks, I slowly went back to work.
Yeah.
Took all this jewellery in, sold it to all the ladies. completely started buying more kits, started giving it to my mum, started selling more pieces. And it's really cliche, but it was the memory wire bangles.
Really?
And that's when I became hooked on chips and nuggets, because they were really quick, and then you can sell them quite cheaply.
Yeah.
And back in the day, when I started watching, we had a segment on a sofa, you must remember, on a Sunday, called the Sunday Sofa Challenge. And that entailed viewers would email in and tell the production team a little about themselves.
Right.
And every Sunday, 2 viewers, picked at random, would get invited to come along to the studio. They would be given a desk with a kit, and they would spend the 4 hours, the whole 4 hours, so it's the whole show, making jewellery, talking about how they found the show, how they enjoyed the show, favourite gemstones, that sort of thing. And I don't know why I did it to this day. I sent my details in. And
This is why you did it.
So emailed in, and I was invited to come on the show. Quite quickly, I thought. I thought, gosh, okay, what am I going to do? So came onto the show, and Andrew came with me. Andrew gave me a lift in, and he sat on a really horrible brown leather sofa behind the cameras that we used to have. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So after the 4 hours, I did the whole, this is what I made, this is how long I've been watching. So bear in mind, I've only been watching a couple of months. Okay, did the Sunday Sofa. So finished, and just down the road is a little town or village called Studley. And in Studley, they've got a National Trust property called Cofton Court, or Cowton Court, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So we were in there having a cream tea after the show, and I got an email came through, and it was from, at that time, the sales manager, saying, we're really pleased with how you came across on screen. Would you like to come back in a couple of weeks for an audition? But it didn't say for what.
Oh,
it could have been for absolutely anything. And I just think that the email had just omitted at the bottom to say as guest designer.
Right.
You see. So 2 weeks later, I came on here, and Lucy was presenter, Laura Binding was guest designer, and me. So it was the 3 of us. And 5 minutes into the show, everyone has said their hellos and welcome. You know how upbeat Lucy is. She leans into the camera and she says, "He's a keeper." No idea what that meant, but apparently that was her little secret signal, not very secret, to the production team that she could work with me. That she could work with me. So. So after the show, I was approached by the team who said, yeah, you got the gig. You got the gig. So at this point, I was back at work in the garden centre part-time, and then I got my first show, and then that escalated into 2 shows, and then would you like to do a DVD?
Wow.
And my first DVD. So 3 years down the line, JewelleryMaker were working me so hard that I couldn't cope with my full-time job
of course.
and JewelleryMaker. So one of them had to go. So after a long weekend, much chatting with Andrew and shall I, shan't I, I did the deed. So I handed in my notice at the garden centre and took on JewelleryMaker as my main job. Okay?
Wow.
So 23rd of July, just gone, was the day of my Sunday Sofa 7 years ago. And in that 7 years, I am now doing probably 8 or 9 shows a month. I've recorded 25 DVDs. I run 17 workshops. I've just done the big London gig on tour, and I'm known in Francis and Dion's office as Mr. JewelleryMaker. And that is all from channel flicking, coming on the show and seeing Lucy on the screen, buying a kit, getting hooked on the show. So where I am today is all down to that fateful morning when I channel flicked. And I always say to myself now, I'm very lucky, I love what I do. And in those entire 7 years, and I don't think I'm speaking alone, there's not a single morning that I get up and I think, oh, I've got to go to work. You know, every time the alarm goes off, I'm up, I'm out. You know how early I get here in the mornings. It's ridiculous.
10 hours before the show.
And I've had a little go at presenting when we do the job swap days, and it's just fantastic. And to be able now to have all day shows where they've entrusted me to have all 3 slots on one day, which is quite a gamble. It's quite a gamble. But I really love doing them, and I'm so passionate about the whole thing. And one thing that people were trying to, I'm very humble, and I've got no self-belief. That's my biggest fault, I expect. And one of the loveliest things at the workshop last week was so many people coming up and said that you inspire me, you're my inspiration, and you've got me hooked on JewelleryMaker, and I've done my first craft there, and all the hints and tips, And it was just, there were a couple of near-tear moments, I have to say.
I would have cried.
They were just amazing. So, yeah, it's just, and I always say that I eat, drink, sleep, breathe JewelleryMaker, and you can ask Andrew, that is completely true.
I totally think that comes across from you, though.
Yeah.
You are very passionate about what you do.
I love it. I just adore it. Absolutely adore it. And we had the whole takeover a couple of years ago when we left Gemporia. And everyone stood by us, and they're still giving us their full support. And then Swarovski arrived.
I know.
Then Seed Beads arrived, and I think Swarovski and Seed Beads came just at the right time for me because I was a bit macrame'd out, and I was a bit chipped and nuggeted out. Yeah. And I was given the opportunity to have a go at Seed Beads, which filled me with complete horror when I was given them.
But didn't it with everyone, Seed Beads?
But I went on a Seed Bead workshop with Hannah Osborne, guest designer and production assistant Hannah. And just absolutely hooked. As I said, we've done Seed Bead DVDs, and because I've got no jewellery background, when we do a new launch or a new product is brought to the stable, I can't just make jewellery. I have to learn how to use it. I have to figure out how you use it, what you can do with it. So all these DVDs, you know, they don't happen overnight. There are weeks and
but
weeks
also you're
and
like
weeks.
that with Gemstones.
Yeah.
You know, I've known you in the past, and you did it today. You know, we have, or should have had, a brand new strand, new gemstone that you and I haven't had before. No. And you said, you know, what do we know? What I need to know about this gemstone, you know?
And I mean, this deal of the day that we mentioned on Bank Holiday Monday, it was all down to me. I was asked, what do you want as a special Bank Holiday Monday deal of the day? I said, we've got to do this, can we do this? Do you know how much? We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But it's all on my head, so no pressure at all.
It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Sarah in Cheshire says, and we all love you, Mark, as you are so kind and gentle. Don't start, because I will cry. I will cry, honestly. Danny Lancashire says, great story, Mark. Well done, and you have never looked back. You make beautiful jewellery. Bernadette says, Mark, I only met you once, and you are a gentleman, and I love watching you on the telly.
Thank you.
Haislinn Sterling, she says, believe in yourself, Mark. We all do. Oh,
it's my worst fault. I've always been the same.
I think we are, you know, a lot of us are our own worst enemies, aren't we, when it comes to anything like this? Yeah, absolutely. Kimberly in Gloucestershire says, you are right, Tanner. My chip and nugget necklace was shown on the Wall of Fame today. I was so thrilled. It gives you the confidence to keep creating.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that feels like, but I can only imagine. Because, you know, I haven't made masses of jewellery, but the odd piece that I have made and I've had compliments on, I've just been like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
so imagine having that shown on television and, you know, having thousands and thousands and thousands of people see your piece of jewellery, and also, you know, the guest designers who are making jewellery all of the time see your piece, and not just see your piece and love it, but also be inspired by your pieces of jewellery, because, you know, that is, obviously the Wall of Fame is a great competition, and it's an opportunity for you to win and for your pieces to be shown on television, but I think more than anything, to inspire other people, you know, to give us ideas on what we could be making and different. I love the Wall of Fame. Every time I do a morning show and I get to do the Wall of Fame, I always say,
have you ever done the tombola on a Wednesday?
No, I've never done
the
draw. No, I've never got to do the actual draw on a Wednesday morning. But I just love it. I love seeing other people pieces of jewellery, and also it's nice when I see a piece that actually I remember the guest designer doing, and they've done it as well.
Well, we get inspiration as well from pieces we see as well.
And that's the thing that I've always said is you guys must, to come in here as often as you do and try and think of all these different ideas, and you have a brief, but, you know, to try and come up with something different every time must be so difficult. So I think for you guys to have that inspiration from the viewers is really, really important.
No, absolutely. And I'm really lucky because I've got, you know, the gardening is our downtime. So I mean, we've got that garden, and I do say, and again, it sounds really, really cheesy and cliched, but I only have to look out my window in the morning and you get inspired, and that really does help with the jewellery making. But the viewers, they see us come onto the screen with our normally 2 kits per show. And myself, and I know other guest designers work so hard on their kits, but there can be times where we've spent 3 or 4 days at home on the kits, and we come in for 4 hours and then we move on to the next kit. So, it is. I mean, on my in my room at home on the desk, I've got rows of kits ready for the up-and-coming shows.
Yeah.
And it's just bang, bang,
Constant.
bang. And sometimes it is hard.
Yeah.
And that's when we look at the Wall of Fame and we get inspired.
Yeah.
And so it's wonderful.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jill in Glamorgan says, I cry every time my jewellery is shown on the Wall of Fame. The comments from the presenters and designers are always so nice. See how lovely would that be, Jill?
Glamorgan is...
Wales.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Yeah, totally. Where did you think it was? Unless there's another one I don't know about, but Glamorgan is so Welsh.
But it does sound Scottish.
Oh, do you think? Oh, what man? You're thinking of Scotland, are you? And yeah. If Glamorgan is where you're going, Mark, it's not in Scotland. You're going to get on the wrong train.
I think it was Scotland. My geography is dreadful. I just have to
I thought mine was bad.
Mine's really bad.
Jackie in Yorkshire says, it is wonderful to see our pieces on the Wall of Fame. It really does give us a boost. I've actually been lucky enough to win 3 times.
First prize?
Oh my, how
you must
lucky.
Text us back. Is that first prize or second or both?
That's amazing. Bernadette in County Carlo says, I always feel like a winner when my jewellery is shown on the Wall of Fame. You see? I wish we could enter, I really do. I made one piece, and it took me a long time, as I say, I'm a perfectionist. I don't make a lot of jewellery, but I have to get it right, so it took me forever to make it. It was a big labradorite cabochon, and I did a tree of life on the cap. And I loved that piece, and do you know, I did sell it, and I really wish I'd never, because I was so proud of it. I was really, really proud of it. I know, but I did sell it. But I would have totally entered that into the Wall of Fame, but we're not allowed. Sinead in Ayrshire says, your makes are fantastic, Mark. You were the reason and fantastic inspiration that got me into seed beading. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's in Scotland, isn't it? Ayrshire.
I think so, yeah. Jackie says, I've won first prize twice and second prize once since May.
Since May?
Oh, totally filling your stash.
Well
£250. Wow,
that's brilliant.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Gosh.
Kimberly in Gloucestershire says, I am trying to save to come on one of Mark's workshops as he is an inspiration, but like his story, I am off work with a very bad back at present.
Awful, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, you've only got one back. You have to be so careful, don't you? Because once it goes, that's it. Hazel in Stirlingshire says, Scotland, woohoo!
No, nobody didn't say anything.
Amanda in Northamptonshire says, currently sitting in the dining room finishing the pieces started on the workshop today with my funny friends for company. Mark, you are inspirational.
Now this is Amanda Disney, who we were talking about before the show.
Oh, well there you go, Amanda. So she's been on your workshop today then?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for the buffet, by the way, everyone in the workshop. It arrived late and you'd all gone. Jane in Lancashire says, because of Mark, I started seed beading and have joined a local group of beaders. Thank you for the inspiration. I am hooked.
That makes my job. I've done my job.
How amazing. How amazing is
that? Makes it all
Nikki in Cambridge says, thanks to you, Mark, I got into memory wire and then seed beading. Thank you. Do you know the stories we've heard about seed beading? Do you remember? I can remember when we launched seed beading here. There were so many guest designers that were like, "I can't touch those. I can't do it."
Yeah,
and now I think literally every guest designer, is really into seed beading and loves seed beading and just loves working with them. It's amazing. If you have just tuned in, by the way, we are having technical difficulties, unfortunately. So we've literally done nothing apart from talk. This is brilliant. Nothing but chat since 6:15 this evening. We are on it. There's a whole team that have had to come into the building instead of going out on a Saturday night. So we are working really, really hard to fix it. So please just stay with us. We are going to have a quick break, but we'll be back to you in a couple of minutes' time.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from JewelleryMaker. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know that when you book a JewelleryMaker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Welcome to JewelleryMaker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Our brand new Get Started with JewelleryMaker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration and get you started in your jewellery making journey. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from JewelleryMaker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. JewelleryMaker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to JewelleryMaker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Good evening, welcome back to JewelleryMaker. If you have just tuned in, we have been having technical difficulties since approximately 6:15 this evening. So we've done what we do best, talk. For the last hour and 45 minutes. It's been fabulous. It's been really, really great actually. We've found out lots of interesting things about Mark and how he started here at JewelleryMaker, how his journey began here at JewelleryMaker. We've possibly found out where the next on the road trip may be. Woo. We've had some demonstrations as well. We took it back to basics. So Mark showed us how to rosary link. He showed us how to make a clasp. He's shown us how to make a shepherd's hook. So if you ever get short of findings, you can make your own then as well. So what we thought we'd do at the start of this hour is take it back to basics with macrame, because that's where your journey began.
It was, absolutely, certainly was. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the 5 basic knots.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you how we do a Shambhala style slidey clasp.
Because that's at the request of myself, Kerry and Becky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the components for the kit that we've got coming up at 9 o'clock. Okay. It'll be interesting to see whether we have it or not. Okay. So I'm going to use, this is a wax cord.
Okay.
Good old JewelleryMaker stable favourite. An old classic.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. So I've got some, I'm just going to take off
It's lovely.
2
It's
colours.
very Disney colour, Kerry. Perfect.
So that's the purple, and then there's also a green. Oh, there it is.
There's your 15 minutes of fame. Now off you pop.
Has this one got a name?
Oh, I just always call him Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you not see him? He landed just on the top of the macrame mat there. Resident fly.
Okay. So there are 5 knots
Okay.
in macrame. Okay. And then it just depends on the combination, how many knots you use. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of different combinations of knots, but there are only 5 knots in macrame, which is quite surprising. So the first one I'm going to show you is the lark's head knot, which you've probably heard of as well. So lark's head you tend to find in really simple pieces of jewellery to attach donuts or cabochons, anything like that to your work. So if you're using, let's using 2 cords, I'm going to use the purple and green. So when you're doing lark's head knots, which is knot number 1,
Right.
knot number 2 is your half hitch.
Okay.
And your 3rd knot is your double half hitch.
Right.
Okay. All of which you attach to what's called a holding cord. Okay. So we'll talk about half square and full square in a second, but we're just going to talk about these 3 knots. So this is your holding cord. So I'm just going to attach that to the board. Okay. So your lark's head knot we'll do first of all. So you take your piece of cord, and it doesn't matter whether you come from top to bottom or bottom to top. I tend to go bottom to top.
Okay.
And we're going to take our piece of cord, we've folded it in half, we're going to take that loop underneath, we're going to lift the loop away from the board, and we're going to take the 2 ends through the loop, and we're going to pull. So that is your lark's head knot. So this is what it looks like from the back.
Okay.
So you can see the 2 threads coming up from within. If I flip it over, that's the side that you would see if you were doing your, if I turn it around this way, that's what you would see from the front of your pieces of jewellery.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your lark's head, and that's your holding cord. So what I'm going to show you next, I'm going to slide that across. I'm going to show you next is the half hitch and the double half hitch.
Okay.
So I'm going to take 2 pieces, I'll take 2 pieces of the green, first of all. And I'll do one of each, I'll do the purple again, as we've got it on the board already. So I'm just going to take off, that fly is really vying for attention, isn't he?
Well, the graphics are off.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the half hitch and then the double half hitch. So we have 2 colours of cord, we've got the blue and the green. So I'm going to take both of those threads and I'm going to pop them in a slot at the top of the macrame board and making sure they're nice and secure. Now the best way to attach your cords to the macrame board is as follows. This is tried and tested. So you have your macrame board, you choose a slot. Now you can see these slots have been well used. Okay, no apologies, it's a well used board. So I'm going to take my cords through a slot, generally in the middle of your board. Then if I flip it over, we're going to take these 2 cords through the slot next door. So from the back to the front. So if I show you the back, you can see I've just gone across one of the little slots there. Then we're going to take the 2 short ends underneath the longer cords back into the original slot. And that is the firmest way of attaching any of your cords to your macrame board. Okay. So what we're going to do for this is I'm going to show you the half hitch, the alternating half hitch, and then I'm going to double half hitch.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start, we're going to place our purple cord. All we're going to do is just place it in the slot, okay, because we're going to be lifting up and down quite often. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our right cord, so this is your half hitch, so we're going to go across the purple, underneath the purple, and up, okay?
Okay.
Then we're going to place the green cord in the slot at the bottom, and we're going to do the same with the purple, but obviously being on this side, we do it the other way around, okay? So we've got our letter D, we take our cord underneath the lazy and up, we replace, we pick up the green, we do the letter B because it's on the right hand side, we take our end underneath and we pull it up, replace, pick up the purple, underneath and up. So you can get quite quick at this.
Yeah.
And I've just looked at the colours I've chosen and we've gone quite Wimbledon. So I'm just going to replace. Now this is a really quick way of making little friendship bands or just simple little braids.
Yeah, I think I've always thought that macrame is such a good thing to get the kids involved with.
Absolutely,
isn't it?
absolutely. So as you can see, you've already got a little pattern starting to form. So we're just literally going to be alternating. So I'm a really good fan of plaiting, you know, the simple three thread plait. But this is so much quicker, and I think it's quite nice.
It's nice, isn't
Simple little braid. So just going to continue with this. So this is your half hitch.
Okay.
So what do you think we're going to do with a double half hitch?
Do it twice.
Do it twice. Absolutely. So we'll stick with the same design. So I'm back on the purple side. So what we're going to do, we're going to go once and twice. Replace your cord. We're going to pick up the green. So underneath once, repeat twice. Okay, make sure that sits just below. And then we're going to go to the purple. Just 1 and 2. And then the green. 1 and 2. Now, many of the viewers may have seen Nadia on the show, and her incredible micro macrame. Okay, and I believe she's on tomorrow morning. And Nadia uses a lot of single and double half hitches when she's doing all her designs. But what you'll see, Nadia, I haven't quite got to grips with it yet, but Nadia will lift up the threads and she will do it freehand. Okay. Whereas I still use the board. Okay, because I still haven't got to grips with the free form. Okay. So Nadia is just the most incredible artist I think I've ever met. Her work is so beautiful, and her collaborations with Alison, with the teddy bear and the dragon, was just phenomenal. So this is your really basic braiding half hitch and double half hitch. Okay. So that's your lark's head, your half hitch, your double half hitch. So the two left are the half square and the square knot, okay, which are probably my favourite knots. So what I'm going to do, I've taken a piece of the green here and I've popped on, as I can, some emerald Swarovskis. Okay. So we have 2 cords in this type of macrame, and this will be all your friendship bracelets, your Shambhala style bracelets. So this is the square knots that everyone sees on the high street. So we have a lazy strand, and as the term denotes, it doesn't do anything. It's just there to hold on knots or to hold on beads. Okay. And the other cord will be the working thread, which will do all the knotting. Okay. So again, I've pre-threaded on some Swarovskis. We're going to take the end of our thread and we're going to place it over the slot. Now, at the end of this, I'm going to show you how to do the Shambhala slidey clasp. Okay, so I'm going to leave quite a lot of thread over the top. Again, so it's round the back, we're bringing it up to the front, underneath, in the original slot. Then I'm going to bring the board down, follow the line all the way down to the bottom because you don't want to be skew into the slot at the bottom, round the back, through, and into the original slot. Now you should be able to strum it like a guitar string. Okay, really nice and tight. So this is our lazy. We've preloaded our beads. Now we're going to cut the working. Now what I tend to do, if you're working out measurements for a bracelet, for the lazy, it's 3 times around the wrist. Okay. And that'll give you enough length then to do your slidey clasp. And your working thread is whatever length that was, the 3 times around the wrist, it's 3 times that length.
Oh, wow.
And that's a really good fail-safe way of making your bracelets. So 3 times around the wrist for your lazy, for your working, 3 times that length. Okay?
Yeah.
So what colour? I'll stick with green. No, I won't, I'll go for purple. So I'll just take a piece of purple. So obviously you do the wrist measurement and then you do the 3 times the wrist measurement. So I'll just cut off a piece of thread. So this is the purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the half square knot, which I think if there was a vote on macrame knots, it would be voted the #1 knot, which is the twist, the helix. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our working thread underneath the lazy, and we're going to bring the 2 ends up so they meet, so you get equal length of thread either side. Okay, and it's always best when you're starting to learn to macrame to use your slots in your board. That's what they're there for. Okay, it's just to hold the cord in place. So there are 2 sides in a square knot, the left side and the right side. If we're doing the half square knot, which will give you the helix twist, you decide on a side, and I always tend to go to the left side, and you repeat the move over and over and over again. So we'll do that one first. So the move is you have your letter D, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take it across onto the right side of the board. Then your other thread, you're going to drop down, staying on that same right-hand side, okay? Don't cross over, because you'll go into the knot the wrong direction and it won't work, okay? So drop on the right-hand side, and you see where those 2 threads cross in the centre?
Yeah.
We're going to take the end from this right-hand side, take it underneath all of the threads, and pull up, okay? So just pull that up. So we can now repeat. So we go around using our letter D. We drop our second cord up underneath the cords where they cross and pull. So letter D, right-hand cord over the top, underneath the cords where they meet, and pull up. So I will quickly do 5 or 6 more little knots.
And it is literally just a knot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it looks amazing, I think.
So we're just going to pull these knots through. So after 5 or 6 of this knot, you can start to see the twist forming. And as I said, this is probably the favourite of all the macrame knots because it just looks so clever.
It's really effective, isn't it?
And it's really complicated, but it's just the most simple of knots. Okay, so you can already see the sort of the helix shape starting to form around. So again, for simple macrame bracelets, this is a really nice little knot to use. So that's your half knot, your half square knot. It's also known as the twist. Yeah. Okay. So the full square is we're going to do the left side, which we've just done. So we're going to do the left side, pull up to the top, and then we're going to do the right side. So we're going to do a letter B. We're going to drop the left side down, and we're going to take that thread up through where the crosses, where the threads meet, and pull up. So we do the left side, and then we do the right side. And you can already see it's flattening out now. Yeah. So we've gone from that twist, and we've gone into the flat. So left side, and then right side. So I'll do one more, and then I'll give you the biggest tip of all macrame tips to end all macrame tips. And it's probably the most asked question regarding macrame that I get asked. Okay, so you're doing your macrame. Yeah. Okay, the doorbell rings. Yeah. You go and answer it, you pick up your post. You come back, and you can't remember which side you're on. Okay, so this is the little tip. Okay. Can you see on my, if I pull these threads out so you can see, if you look at the last knot, we have a raised loop with the thread coming underneath. Yeah. On this side, we have the loop underneath and the thread above. Yeah. Can you see the distinct difference? So this is a term that I've coined called under the bridge. Okay. When you come back, you always look at the thread that's coming under the bridge. So you've got the raised bridge, the thread coming underneath. That's always the side you come back to when you're doing square macrame. Right. Okay? Yeah. So you don't need to knot your working thread, which I've met a lot of viewers who do. So under the bridge, you've got the raised loop with a thread underneath. On the other side, you've got the bridge underneath with the thread above. So it's always the side under the bridge.
Excellent.
If you remember that above any other tip, you will have no problems with macrame at all.
Brilliant.
Okay. So I'll just do one more. So do the left-hand side, because this is the under the bridge side. So we do the left-hand side, and then we'll do the right-hand side. Okay. So that's your 5 knots. So this is your square, that's your twist, and then we've already done the half hitches and the lark's heads. So to cage a bead, okay, when you're starting a project, always make sure before you decide on a project and you set your heart on it, always check that your lazy strand will go through the drill holes. Okay, because you don't want to get excited about a project and then you can't go ahead with it because the beads won't fit. Now luckily, Swarovskis have really good drill holes, so 1 mil thread will go through most of them. So to cage a bead, whatever size, shape, form it is, you're going to pop a bead up so it sits under the knots that you've just made. And all you're going to do is you're just going to repeat the square knot. And what you're going to do is just go to the left-hand side, which will cage it nice and tightly. Then we do the right-hand side. Then we'll pop up the next stone, left side, and then right side. Okay, and then we'll do one more. So we do the left side and the right side, like so. Okay, and then when you're doing a macrame bracelet, you always have to bear in mind whatever knots and type of knots you did at the beginning of your bracelet, you replicate after your beads because you want that symmetry.
Course,
okay, and also try to have an odd number of beads. It just gives that nice central point to your bracelet. So I'll do a couple more knots this side. So we had our squareage first of all. Okay, so just imagine that we're going to continue with the square knot. So to revert back to your twist, you do the left side and then the left side. And then you see how quickly it becomes, it changes the knots.
And it does build up quickly as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant.
And this is one of those little techniques that all ages can do. And since we've decided to start doing macrame with wire as well, it takes it into takes it into the next level and just adds a bit of. So I always think that cord macrame day wear, wire macrame evening wear, without a doubt.
I like that.
And now we've perfected how to macrame set cabochons. That's just open.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's amazing.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. So we're just going to continue all the way down.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
I don't want to complicate things, but would it be easy to add in a different colour, like halfway through if you wanted to?
Shall I show you how we do that? Okay. And also, if you run out of cord and you want the same colour.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go. Do you want the same or different colour?
We'll go with something. We'll go with
for a different colour.
Yeah.
Again, this is a really simple little tip. So take your second piece of thread, like so, and then what we're going to do. So let's go back to square knot.
Okay.
So we've done the left side. So I'm going to go straight into doing the right. Okay, like so. And then you think, oh, I'm running out of thread. So you get to this point where you do your left side of the knot, okay, like so. You're not going to close. You're not going to seal that knot, okay. You're going to leave it probably about the size of a pea, something like that. You take your new piece of thread and you go either down the left and up the right, or down the right and up the left, whichever you want to do it. So it's easier for me because it's nearer. I'm going to take my thread from the top, down, underneath, and up. Okay, so then you're going to find the middle, and you're going to pop it in. Let's make sure it's nice and level. So you pop it in the slots.
Right.
Okay. Then you're going to pull that side of the knot. Okay. Then you're going to ignore those threads. So just pop them up out of the way. And then we're going to do the right-hand side of the knot. So we're going to the right-hand side. Then we're going to do the left side, and then we're going to do the right side. So you can see how seamless that is. And if you're using the same colour, you can't see You can't see the addition of thread. And you can also do this with wire as well. If you find that you're running out of wire to do a project, you can do the same technique. So you leave that little shape. Yeah. You take the new thread underneath and up. Okay. Then you close, then you revert to the second colour.
Would I just cut those the ones off that I didn't want?
I'm going to show you when we get to the end. I'll show you how we deal with our threads. Okay. So we'll just do one more. Now, in the past, I've used glue. Okay. Okay. But I've recently discovered that wax cord and Eslon, and I've completely forgotten what the material is. It's not cotton. It's not. It might be nylon. It's nylon thread. It's nylon, isn't it? I've discovered that nylon melts. Yeah. Okay. So my days of using glue have gone. So I'm going to take this off the board. I'll bring this back in a minute when we come to do the slidey clasp. So what I've discovered is that, if I put my glasses on, what I'm going to do, can you see we've got the two threads coming out? So you can clearly see the under the bridge. Yeah. Can you clearly see that on that side now? So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut about 2 millimeters away from the edge. And the same with this one here. Now, Eslon really works well with this, and wax cordon also does. Yeah. And what we're going to do, we're going to use a cigarette lighter or one of these barbecue lighters or something like that. And we're just going to offer it up to the thread, and it's going to melt, and we're just going to squidge.
So that will stop it kind of coming undone as well?
Yeah. And again, we're going to do the same with the purple. So just going to hold it in the flame and just give it a little squidge. Okay. And then we'll do the same with the other side, okay? So you'll find that some of the wax cord colours will discolour. Yeah. Okay, so if you really are adverse to that, then you would use the glue. Okay. With Eslon cords, it heats and seals clear. Okay, so with Eslons, it's wonderful.
Okay, we could use the thread zapper.
You can with Eslon, but it won't seal it, so you'll still have to do the whole sealing malarkey. Okay, so that's how I would then go in, just give it, while it's still quite warm, if you give it a squidge, it will adhere to its surrounding cords. So that's how I deal with my threads now. So, the macrame slidey clasp. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have probably at least 8 to 10 inches of thread if you're going to do that particular type of clasp. So what we're going to do is we just go, that is very freestyle, isn't it? That's very asymmetric.
I like it, yeah, me too. That's my fault for asking you to throw in a different colour halfway through.
So what we're going to do, we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to cover, and we're going to take the two ends over, and we're going to pull so it's nice and parallel and flat, like so, okay? And it can be as wide, it can be as long as you possibly want it to be, because it doesn't have to be the width of the bracelet. And then what we're going to do, using our macrame board, is we're just going to tilt it 45 degrees. Okay. So we've now got corner to corner. Right. We're going to take the two threads in one slot. We're going to take the second pair across to the other slot. Okay? And you'll find it's really easy to manage if you have your work on the same side, hanging below your cords. Right. So in effect, if I flip it over, okay, all I've done is I've attached them top and bottom. They're not going to go anywhere. But now what happened is, if you turn it the other way 45 degrees, these two cords now become your lazy. Okay. Okay? Yeah. So I'll go for purple because we've got a green backing. Yeah. Are you watching, Kerry? Yeah. So we're going to take our cord. And again, you can use offcuts that you have. So if you've got any offcuts from your threads, don't throw them away because you can use them for your macrame. So we're going to take that thread underneath the two, bring the two ends up so they meet. And I would definitely recommend square knot as your slider clasp. If you use the twist, it might dig into the wrist, being that sort of spirally twisty shape. Okay, and what we're going to do then is we're just going to do a series of square knots. Okay, so we do the left side and then the right side. And I tend to probably do 6 or 7 knots. You want about an inch of thread, of macrame for your slidey clasp. Okay, so we're just going to do, you can see those knots really clearly, can't you, over two cords and with the purple. You know, we mentioned earlier on the 25 DVDs that I've launched and the 3 that I'm about to record.
Yeah.
Macrame was my second DVD.
Was it?
Introduction. Yeah. Chips and Nuggets was my first.
Wow.
And Macrame was my second. It's amazing, isn't it?
I think we should bring them back.
I'd
love to see one of those DVDs.
We've never recorded one together, have we?
No, we haven't.
We've never done one.
It's because I've always done the mids, pretty much. So I'm never here at the crack of dawn or at the end of the show, to record them. I think I've perhaps maybe done one with Rachel Norris once upon a time.
Right. So let's do one more. No, they are great fun, and it's so kind of the team, the back, behind the scenes team who come early and work late.
Yeah.
Because I tend to record mine at night.
Yeah.
After the show, which means we don't leave here till half midnight, 1 o'clock sometimes, and they've all done a show before, or maybe a double, and so they all work incredibly hard. We couldn't do it without them.
That's the thing. It's what I was saying earlier. The work that goes into the DVDs, from right at the start, deciding what we're going to make, what we're going to do on the DVD, all the work, the editing and all of that.
It's
and
amazing.
if you ever did record a DVD with me, Mark, you wouldn't be going at midnight. It'd probably be about 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm known as one take Mark.
Oh gosh, I can't. And if it's live, I'm fine. Give me a script. No,
I still get incredibly nervous making DVDs.
Yeah, I think because you feel you feel more pressurised when you're filming.
Live telly in front of thousands of people is fine, and we can't edit it. It's live.
Exactly, but
a DVD where we can stop if we go wrong, retake, do it.
No, I'm exactly the same. Isn't it funny?
Yeah, horrible.
Strange.
So we've made our little slidey clasp section. So we're going to take it off the board, like so. So now what happens is, so those are our 2 lasers. Okay, those are our 2 working, sorry. So what you would do then is you would cut, I'll just cut them here. So I won't use the flame again, but you would cut and then you would melt using your flame. Do the same here. And then what you would do is if you hold on to the clasp first of all and pull, it slides left to right like so. Okay, so what I tend to do is before you do any fixing is just run it through your fingers a few times and get it to
loosen up a little bit.
Okay, so that's your slidey. Yeah. So you've got these 2 working ends now. Now these ends here take your dongles. I call them. I don't think it's the right technical term. So what we're going to do is just going to cut those ends. You probably want about 5 or 6 inches. And we're just going to, did you see what I did there? I just cut the thread at a 45-degree angle. Oh gosh, my scissors dreadful. So you get a really nice little chamfered point. And we're just going to pop on our bead. See, all the way through. We'll do the same with the other. So we just make sure it points like so. And then we're going to pop on our second dongle bead. Okay, and all we're going to do, first of all, you need to make sure that the what's the word? The smallest point at which you can get the wrist through, because you don't want to tie the dongles and then you can't open the bracelet to get it over the wrist. And this is obviously the widest part of your hand, so you need to make sure that you can open it enough without those 2 little dongle beads stopping you to get it over the wrist, and then you can pull it tight. So let's go for. So we're just going to take our little threads. And we're just going to tie a simple overhand knot. And again, you can use your cigarette lighter to melt it, or some people just leave it with a little tail, like so. We'll do the same with the other side. I'm just going to cut. Let's leave a little tuft there. So then you have your 2 dongles at the end, which you can then pull and slide. I'm not sure if that's its proper name, but it's just a name that I've coined. Okay, so then you can see you've got your sliding clasp, so you then pop it over the wrist. And I believe the etiquette, so you pop that over the wrist. Let's see if I've done this. So just pop that over the wrist, like so. Okay, and then apparently the way to do it is the top in your teeth. So you hold it up to the mouth, and then you pull the other one. But you should be able to just start to, you can do it one hand if you like. So there you have your gems or your Swarovskis on the top of the wrist, and then you have your 2 dongles Then you have your sliding clasp, so you can just open. So you pull the middle section, and then we can just take that off and then slide it through, and there you go.
Look at that.
So that's your macrame bracelet, all 5 knots, and your Shambhala bracelet from start to finish.
Excellent. Look, I'm in lounge mode now, because I'm just like.
And what I've seen on the high street, which is really quite trendy, is macrame rings. So you do a version like this with smaller stones, and they even have the 2 little dongles underneath as well, which so I've seen those in River Island. I've seen them in Topshop, and I've also seen them in Accessorize. Not that I go into Accessorize, but I tend to look in the window.
Yeah,
but,
brilliant.
So there you
thank you so much for that,
Pleasure.
Mark. I really enjoyed that. Do you know what? If you've just tuned in, by the way, we have been having technical difficulties since 6:15, so we've not actually been able to do much other than talk, really, and have a wonderful time. It has to be said. Lots of you texting in, so thanks very much for your text. We've been talking about Mark's workshop last Saturday down in London, and giving you maybe little hints of where we could be going next on the road with Mark. If you've got any questions, Mark, if you just want to text in and you want to get involved this evening, 60777, start your message with the word JM Studio. Just heard a little bit of news in my ear. We may be up and running, which is great, but I'm really enjoying myself. Yeah.
Oh, let's fingers crossed.
Let's try.
Fingers crossed.
Let's try. Let's see how.
I think we should have some sort of round of applause or drum roll or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. That was probably tempting fate. Let's see.
Here we go.
Oh.
80 carats. I've forgotten what to do now. 80 carats of pink tiger's eye 6mm rounds. See, now I always say, Mark, that a 6mm round you can work.
Well, it's known as the guest designer's desert island
desert
choice,
island
isn't it?
size.
This would be the luxury.
Mm-hmm.
I love. You know, I love all coloured tiger's eyes. I think they're amazing, and I think this is probably my favourite of all of them. I think the pink shows off,
isn't it?
Shows off the.
Doesn't it? The chatoyancy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Very much so. Especially when, you know, I've noticed in the blue dyed tiger's eye before as well, and we've said that lots of times. That almost when it's dyed, it enhances the chatoyancy within the gemstone. 6mm rounds, whether you are a wire worker, whether you do macrame, whether you do seed beading, whether you work with clays, whether you're chain mailing, whatever it is, you'll be able to incorporate it into your designs. JMPO47, and you see, this is why you never switch off, because when we have not been able to do anything for such a long time, we go crazy. £6.95.
Wow.
JMPO47 is your code. 0800 644 655. Loads of you coming in for this, eager beavers that have been waiting. Bless you, for 2 hours and 20 minutes for us to get a wriggle on, if you like. I do apologise for all the difficulties that we've had here at JewelleryMaker this evening, but thank you so much for staying with us. JMPO47 is your code for this one. Righty-ho. Darlene in Hampshire, Tina in Cheshire, Collected in London's got 2 down in Hampshire, Pauline in Devon, Catherine in Rhondda, Pat in West Lothian, Letitia in Renfrewshire, Pamela in Nottinghamshire, Rebecca, you're there. Loads and loads of you coming in. That is an amazing, amazing price tag, and I promise you some incredible deals for the rest of the show this evening to make up for lost time. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 40, 60, over 60 gemstones on that strand. That's a lot of top.
And you notice no tassel either, so the drill holes will be quite substantial in this as well.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Love that one. Well done if you managed to get that one. Right, here we go, Mark.
Nuggets.
Oh, look at that. Blue agate. I don't know if I've ever seen a strand of blue agate nuggets.
Blue lace we might have seen, but I don't think I've ever seen blue. Oh, that's why.
Brand new. Oh. Brand new for you
with the tiger's eye. This and the tiger's eye, I think, would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, let me bring them back. Have
Beautiful
a look.
Together. I love that.
Oh wow, what a combination. Yeah. What would you do with them?
Again, I'm going to go for down the memory wire route.
Yeah.
So you do an inch of chips and then a tiger's eye, inch of chips, tiger's eye, and just do it maybe a 3 or 4 coiler.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
Wow, that would look fabulous, wouldn't it? I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen blue lace agate in nugget. I may have, but if I have, it's not very often at all. I can't, I can't remember. The colour of these is just stunning. You've got a real calm hue about blue lace, blue agate, I should say. It's a real kind of powder blue, if you like. It's absolutely stunning. And chips and nuggets are great for, of course, memory wire bracelets. They're great for adding texture into your designs. If you're doing Tree of Life, obviously perfect for that as well. But adding texture into your wire work pieces, crocheting with chips and nuggets looks amazing as well. It really, really works. 170 carats. Now this is an 84 centimetre strand. Essentially, that's 2 strands. Our average strand here at JewelleryMaker is 38 to 40 centimetres. This is 84 centimetres in length. It's brand new, and we're at just £3.95 to make up for lost time. XIGK82 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655 on the web at JewelleryMaker.com this evening. Thank you so much for staying with us. Since 6:15, we have had technical difficulties, but we are back up and running now, fingers crossed, until 10 p.m. this evening. Hopefully, not 100%, but hopefully, we will be able to bring you the mystery gemstone and that strand of pearls. I really hope we can, but they may have got lost in the system. XIGK82 is your code for these ones. A massive well done. Right. Have a look. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Half drilled pearl for you. Really, really pretty. And that is a perfect round.
Oh, look at this.
See, it says 9 by 8.
No.
Do you know what? I beg to differ. Excuse my my tea stains on there. I should just get I just show you what have I been doing for the last 2.5 hours? Drinking a lot of tea. Pop that on there for you. Do you know what? That to me looks like a pretty perfect round. Look. Oh my gosh, we're so close to that, and that looks perfectly spherical. We're erring on the side of caution there by saying it's 9 by 8 millimetres in size. It is a genuine freshwater culture pearl that you have. Now, it is half drilled, so if you've got any of the half drilled findings that we have, whether that be the pendant bails that we have, or the earring findings, brilliant. However, you could quite easily just use wire. You could pop your wire in there. High pro cement is brilliant because you've got your precision applicator. Just pop some glue into the pearl, pop your wire in, allow 24 hours drying time. That's all you'll need before you can wear that piece of jewellery. But you could just literally create a loop on there, couldn't you?
It's absolutely brilliant.
Pop a chain through it.
Yeah. And if you were doing a really, really, really high-class, high-end memory wire bracelet, you could use this as the end. Instead of making a loop to stop your chips falling off, just pop a pearl on either end.
Oh, that would be very decadent. That would look amazing, wouldn't it? Now, if you do have a look at prices, which you can do, of course, because if you've got access to the web or you're watching on the web right now, just have a look at prices. So for one pearl, kind of 9 by 8 millimetres in size, in 925 sterling silver, the prices that you could be paying for just one pearl in a necklace design, for example, or one as a charm, maybe. Have a look. You'll be absolutely shocked and amazed at the price we're about to bring on your screen right now. £12.95. Now, this is a natural freshwater culture pearl. Think bridal. We talk about popping maybe one pearl into a 925 sterling silver design in a necklace design. Bridal, we've had guest designers band prices around of £50, £60,
that's right.
Particularly when it is bridal, £12.95 for you this evening. A massive well done if you've managed to check that one out. There should still be items available on the web from earlier on today. We did have a bit of a blip for the last 2.5 hours, but you can still add to your order. So if you go onto the web, there's anything you want to add to your order, you can from midnight last night right through until midnight tonight. You've got 1p of just £3.95. £12.95. Amazing. Look at these. These are coming up at 9 o'clock. I love the shape of these.
Oh, look at these.
Love them. Oh. Only got 27 of these. Do you know what? The iridescence on these is spectacular. Look at those pinks.
They look like little speech bubbles.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They are gorgeous. Love that shape. You know you're getting the real deal when you've got a shape like that, don't you? Beautiful. Righty-ho. I feel like I'm sat too far on the edge of this chair and there could be a Ruth Lynette moment anytime soon. I'm just going to move back over there. Have a look at this. Look at the colour of this peridot. Beautiful. This month's birthstone, of course, along with your spinel. Really, really vibrant colour. Really, really vibrant and completely natural as well. It is the only gemstone, other than a diamond, that is formed in the mantle of the earth. So all of the gemstones formed in the crest, just diamonds and peridot formed in the mantle of the earth. Having retained this colour on that journey, I think is just incredible. It's one gemstone that I always thought that in years to come, we would discover that it was secretly treated. You know, how can a gemstone that has travelled on such a long journey have this much colour? I think it's so intense, it's so vibrant, it's juicy, and each and every single one of those gemstones perfectly colour matched. Now, the clarity of our peridot, I think, is incredible. A lot of the time here at JewelleryMaker, we do bring you bead quality. The difference between bead quality and gemstone quality comes down a lot mainly to clarity of a gemstone. And, you know, sometimes when gemstones are treated to enhance their clarity, you sacrifice colour. So, you know, I think it's really nice that we get that bead quality, because with coloured gemstones, for me personally, it's all about the colour. And that's what we're looking at here. However, I don't think this is bead quality. I think the clarity on this is just incredible. In fact, I'm not sure, even in a nugget strand, I've ever seen bead quality peridot.
No, never. I think you're right there.
It's incredible, isn't it? And you know...
Did you hear that?
I did. And I was just on the back of me talking about a nugget strand. I don't think we've had nugget strands that low. £7.95 for faceted rondelles. 2x1 to 5x3 millimetres in size. And that is an 18 centimetre £7.95.
I would put it with a mystery strand. Like a shot.
Oh, look at those colours together.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, they would look beautiful, wouldn't they? Absolutely. I really hope we can bring this to you a little bit later on. 35 carats of your peridot there at just £7.95. How would you use the rondelles then, Mark?
Well, rosary link, first of all,
course,
exactly as we did earlier.
Wow.
Just trying to think which gemstone I'd put it with. Smoky quartz. We never see smoky quartz, but if we ever see smoky quartz.
We don't anymore. We were talking about this the other day. We used to have it all the time, and now we just don't have it.
Good old amethyst, I'll pop it with.
Yeah, definitely. They're gorgeous. What a great deal you've got there. Amazing price tag. TCRU 83. Please don't think just because we're back up and running that we're not going to have any more text. Of course we are. Get involved. 60777 on the text starting message with the word JM Studio. Please keep interactive with us this evening. We'd love to hear from you what you're up to tonight, Saturday night.
The ladies in the workshop have set me a challenge.
Yeah?
And you don't know about the challenge, but I've got to do something between 9 and 10. In the 9 and 10 hour, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Anything can
Kerry
happen.
and Becky know.
Oh, is this like a prank on me, is it?
No. Oh, no.
That's right.
No.
Oh. So something between 9 and 10? Oh, watch this space. Oh, I think I've got the wrong strand, have I? Which one did you say, love? Sorry. Cabochons. Totally picked up the wrong.
Labradorite? What are these?
Oh.
Now, Becky on the mid-show launched these a few weeks ago. And I thought they looked incredible, but in the flesh, look at them.
It's like your rough labradorite. But do you know what? We never see labradorite here at JewelleryMaker that hasn't been highly polished. We just don't. So it's really nice to have. Look at this one. I love that one.
These are incredible. Look at these. Oh, they just feel so nice. I wouldn't be able to put them down.
Oh my gosh. I've never ever seen these before. Oh my gosh. Look at that labradorescence. I mean, you've still got amazing labradorescence. You know, you've got the. I love it. Imagine all the gem collectors out there that just collect gemstones that tune into jewellery making because we have all of these rare and beautiful gemstones. These are perfect. Just perfect. So basically, what you're looking at here is labradorite, pretty much in its rough form. So normally, with a labradorite cab, as you'll know, we'll highly polish the surface of that gemstone to give you the ultimate shine, whereas this, you've got that rough look. They are just incredible. Now, I have, oh, look at this one I've left in there.
Oh, I love these.
Look at the depth of them. I'm thinking if you were kind of bezel setting these with your seed beads, they'd be great, wouldn't they? What colours would you use with these?
I think you'd have to keep it completely on its own, wouldn't you? Or maybe a faceted clear quartz, something like that, just to... You want space in between to lift the colours, but you don't want you don't want to take away from the...
Yeah. Oh, they're just...
I'm just imagining if you bought a couple of packets and you could size match very close, they're making the most amazing cufflinks for the gents, wouldn't they? Imagine.
Oh my God, that would look fabulous. I've never ever seen labradorite like this before. Like literally for the first time in all of my days. Look at that, absolutely spectacular. Now you will get 235 carats of your labradorite druzy. Can't guarantee the shapes and sizes, but we are guaranteeing the carat weight. So you might get less of them at bigger sizes. You might get less of them at, hang on, let me get this right round. So you're going to get more of them at smaller sizes, less of them at bigger sizes. There we go. 0800 644 655 JP VR 74 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. So unique. You know, labradorite is one of those gemstones that gets a huge amount of attention anyway, but these, never seen anything quite like it anywhere. Oh my God.
No.
I'm getting some of these.
Well, they launched at that price.
£14. And look at that labradorescence. Completely natural. I don't want to move. I'm not going to move. JP VR. Oh, look at this one as well. I'll move that hand instead. JP VR 74. 0800 644 655 on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. 0800 644 655 235 carats. Janetta in Cheshire, Nigel in Pembrokeshire. Heather in Essex, Georgina and Edward, well done, collect it in London. Mandy, Leslie in Lancashire, Tina, well done, collect it in Midlothian. Sally, Jan in Shropshire, Anwen. There's absolutely tons. There's probably about 40 to 50 in baskets right now. So a massive, massive well done if you have managed to get them. They are just beautiful. How many did we have? Only had the, do you know what? That's the back of the gemstone.
Amazing. These are ace. I love them.
I'm not going to get them now either. 0800 644 655. Well done and massive congratulations. Catherine in West Yorkshire, Jackie in Kent, Darlene in Hampshire, Jenny in Cardiff, Sharon, Collector, Jacqueline, Alexa in Greater London, Alex, Christine, a massive, massive well done if you've got those. They are stunning, aren't they? Really, really pretty.
Isn't it lovely that the viewers have stayed with us all through these difficulties? Thank you.
All through these difficult times. I know. I tell you. If you did miss out on the first few hours, you need to watch back because Mark revealed a lot of secrets.
I revealed all.
Yeah, you did.
Far too much, actually.
You really did. In fact, a lot of stuff that's going on here at Jewellery Maker that we don't even know about.
No.
We don't even know. Coming up for you after the break, we will be able to do these.
We've got them. I love the size of these more than anything.
And we can do them. Oh my gosh.
I love them.
Just stunning. Don't you think they look like they've been like covered in 24 carat leaf.
Yes, oh yeah, absolutely.
They're
I love them.
so beautiful, aren't they? I love these. They are coming up for you in about 10 minutes time, so not too long to wait at all. Unfortunately, we can't do the mystery strand, but Becky did say, are you working on it? She's trying. If it's not on this evening, it'll be on tomorrow morning, which is almost worse because there's more. We've got our freeview audience in the morning, so there's going to be even less.
So should we tell the viewers what it is?
Shall we?
Shall we? Shall we? Yeah.
Has anybody guessed? Quite a few people have guessed. Well, Zena did let you all know what was coming up, which is fine. But for those of you that didn't know, Tiffany Opal. This is literally the second time I've seen it in 13 years. And I can't remember the first time that I saw it, but I didn't even know there was any possibility of us having this gemstone here at JewelleryMaker. It is just incredible. To say that this is one for the collectors is an understatement. This is so rare, one locational gemstone. Hopefully will be coming up for you in the next hour. If we can't do it in the next hour, then it will come up tomorrow morning. But at least if we're at home, we can buy it.
There was a gentleman just in the galley who was so apologetic because we couldn't play this. We can't.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear. I didn't hear. Oh.
Well, they've managed to find the pearls on the system, but they just... So fingers crossed. But we will be playing it over the weekend. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, what a shame.
At least we'll be able to watch and hopefully get them, that's perhaps.
True. Every cloud. Every cloud.
Oh, goodness. Right.
I'm having a look at that labradorite.
Go for it. I think they're pretty much all gone.
They're amazing.
Have a look at these. Only 9 available. Do you know, these just make the most perfect flowers for bridal jewellery.
Dragonfly wings.
Of course, yeah. Oh, they'd look great with seed beads as well, wouldn't they?
Amazing. These are large enough to bezel with seed beads as well. Your 15s and your 11s. You get the most amazing Hannah Osborne inspired bib.
Yeah, oh, that would look amazing, wouldn't it, with these? They are really, really pretty. I love the shell pairs. That you've got that lovely curvature to the gemstone that really makes them quite ornate and quite organic as well. Beautiful iridescent, silky like luster, and as I say, perfect for flowers. If you just wanted to take perhaps 5 of them and just make a wirework flower, wrap that maybe into your tiara or into your hair comb for flower girls perhaps. It would look so pretty. £9 and 95 pence for you, IVGP30. Right, we're going to quickly bring you a kit that should have been in the last hour, which we did see Mark using. Oh no, we can't, can we?
Oh.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring it to you at a different time. That would be great. Oh, look at these. Little buttons. Pearl buttons. Love these. Because more often than not with the pearl buttons, you do get a flat side to the gemstone. Oh, it says rondelles. Buttons, rondelles. Tomato, tomato. Basil, you know.
They look like little pearl macaroons.
They're lovely. Absolutely beautiful. So you do have, more often than not, that flat side to the gemstone. So these work really, really fabulously in rings. You know, they sit against the skin perfectly. In fact, guest designer Janet Dwyer has a pearl like this in a ring that she wears all the time. And if we have, I don't know, 100 text messages that every time she's here, literally people asking how they make that ring. She's doing a DVD on it, I do hear, on the grapevine. But these would be perfect for making that ring with. Your 925 sterling silver wire, they'd look very, very pretty. They're completely natural, 5x7mm in size. Oh, I love the way that the rondelles sit together. I love rounds, but I love that kind of squished up look you get in a strand. So if, you know, perhaps you were to restrand them and just leave them as they are, you just get so many on a strand.
You also, if you have a strand of rounds and a strand of rondelles, you tend to get a third more gemstones on a rondelle strand.
Oh, that's an interesting little fact there.
Yep.
fabulous. You can see, can't you, that they really are like packed onto the strand. IFPO73 is your code, £14.95. Now, if I remember rightly, those rings that Jan makes, I think she said she sold for around £40 each in sterling. Wow. So I think there's some healthy profit to be made in this strand. Or maybe if you're not selling and you just want a pearl necklace in your own collection, you know, you want to own something that you perhaps associated, like myself, with wealth and Hollywood A-listers. Get it into your stash really, really affordably. IFPO73 is your code at just £14.95 for you this evening. 0800 644 655 is the number to get involved, or you can join us on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. Amazing. Well done if you managed to get those. Now, we're back up and running, touch wood, and we're with you for another hour here at Jewellery Maker. Those nucleated pearls will be coming up for you in just a couple of minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere, and we'll be back in a few.
Our Jewellery Maker community is a fantastic platform to share, learn, chat and make new friends. So why not like our Facebook page and join over 64,000 like-minded people?
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Good evening, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. We are live and we are rolling.
Hands up. we've had a text message come through to the studio, which we haven't read out. We have skirted around the issue this evening that we might be going to Wales. We skirted around the fact that we might be going to Manchester. We skirted around the fact that we might be going to Spain. We haven't mentioned one word because we're coming to Scotland.
Cat's out the bag now.
I have been sworn to secrecy. I have been told categorically on no account are you to tell the viewers where we are going next on the roadshow. As we have skirted around the word Scotland all evening, some viewers have taken it slightly adversely. There was no malice intended. We have been told not to say the word Scotland on any account, and I've now said it 4 times. We are, in the next couple of months, coming to Scotland on tour.
How exciting!
Now, we have not told you that, and you have to promise us, hand on heart, that you will not tell a soul
to mention it.
That we are coming to Scotland.
Where are we going?
Scotland. And I'm going to...
Can we say, like, specifically?
In fact, we are going to Glasgow. We are going to Glasgow. Okay? We've had to skip around the whole word Scotland and the whole word Glasgow all evening because I've been told not to say anything. Cat's out the bag. Watch this space. As soon as we get definitive venue confirmation, we will tell you. Not going to say anything else about Scotland. We are coming soon.
I didn't say it once.
You didn't say it once. You've done your job properly. You've done your job properly. It's me that's... Yes. We are coming to Scotland very soon.
This is exciting.
Watch
because just think how far Scotland is from us.
Yeah.
Like all of those people that haven't been able to get down to us for a workshop. This is amazing.
So we're coming up north.
Scotland.
We're coming. We're coming. Right. No more talk of Scotland.
Where? Scotland.
Wow.
Have a look at these. Now, these are unbelievable. Whenever I have the metallic nucleated pearls, we normally literally have like the last 20.
I know, I can't quite believe that we've got a launch.
They're brand new. Brand new, and they are absolutely stunning. They are just... I can't. We were saying earlier on actually that these are so beautiful because of the size of them as well.
I've never seen them because normally they're quite big.
Yeah, normally, you know, they are really, really sizable. And you just think sometimes, and I've said this a million times, you know, I'm never going to turn down the big 10mm round. I'm never going to turn that down. But I do prefer the smaller, irregular shapes in pearls, and I always have. And that is purely because when you look at a shape like this and you look at a pearl like this, you know that you've got the real deal.
Stunning.
They are absolutely beautiful. Natural, metallic, freshwater cultured pearls. Now they are, we always say pearls are rare here at JewelleryMaker, and you take it with a pinch of salt because we see them several times throughout one show, you know, so that you may not think they're rare for that reason. Pearls are very rare, but natural metallic pearls make up for less than 1% of the entire world's supply. We are looking at something that is so rare here. You are going to own something that is so exclusive. I mean, you know, when you go and have a look on your high street, I struggle to find anything but white ivory freshwater culture pearls. You know, I don't see different colours. That's true, actually. I don't see different shapes. No. It's always your round white ivory. Actually. You know, there's not much freely available at all. So, you know, I've certainly not seen anything like this ever on the high streets. I've not seen any so far in a boutique jeweller's. Obviously, I've not travelled the globe. They'll be there somewhere. But these are so incredibly rare, less than 1% of the entire world's supply. Now, the colour of the pearl depends on the colour of the shell within. From which that pearl has grown. As I said earlier, these for me, they look like they have been embellished with 24 carat leaf. That golden iridescence is so luxurious. It makes these look so incredibly high end. It really, really does. Now, to get to a size like this, 14 by 10 to 21 by 13 millimeters in size is absolutely incredible. We certainly have seen them more sizable here at JewelleryMaker, but to get to this size is something really quite special. You know, all of these things taken into consideration, this is all adding to the value of these pearls. No two will be identical. You've got these fabulous irregular shapes. You look at them and you know straight away you've got the real deal. You've got a beautiful organic metallic freshwater culture pearl. Now, over the last 3 years particularly, these have taken the pearl industry by storm. So, you know, traditionally it was Mikimoto that wanted to create a pearl for everyone, very similarly in the way that Daniel Swarovski wanted to create a diamond for everyone. Mikimoto wanted to create a pearl for everyone that was affordable. So it was actually Mikimoto that got the patent on freshwater culture pearls. He was the first person to recreate that pearl, if you like. And for that reason, you know, pearls have been worn by, you know, the likes of Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, Hollywood icons. We're talking pearls have always been up there, one of the most desirable gems on the planet. In the last 3 years alone, metallic freshwater culture pearls have taken the pearl industry by storm because they are so fashionable. You know, it's not just about having that classic pearl necklace anymore. It's about having the edge with a pearl necklace. And that is exactly what you are going to get with these pearls. Whether you use one of these individually in a design, just popping one onto a head pin and having that, I've got to say, solid gold for me. We had a couple of solid gold chains on last week. We don't have them very often, but for me, it would have to be gold. You could go gold plated 925 sterling silver, but I think with that golden iridescence that you have with these pearls, it would look incredible. Now, I look at these all the time on the internet, and you know, it's not necessarily a research thing, but I look at them so much on the internet because I love them so much. I'm absolutely in awe of the shapes and the sizes and the colours that you get with these gems. And I have seen prices ranging from a couple of £100 up to 4 figures for one pearl. Now, obviously there's a lot of factors that are taken into consideration when it comes to valuing a pearl, but from everything that I've seen, I can confidently say that I think for those of you that sell, you could easily achieve 3 figures for one of these pearls. Easily in jewellery. Just do some research and have a look. I mean, that's not to say you have to price them at 3 figures, because of course, as we know, Mark, you are incredibly conservative when it comes to pricing and very generous, but still make money, you know, and also get a lot of return business as a result.
Well, that's
which,
more
you
important
know,
for me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, you know, it's getting the balance right, isn't it? You know, so even if, and this, I almost don't want to say it because it sounds ridiculous, to be quite honest. Even if you sold these at £20 each, oh, that hurts. That really hurt. That did. You would still be rubbing your hands together. And now I couldn't do that. And the reason, and I'll explain, you know, it's not because I'm greedy. when it comes to gemstones. When it comes to food, that's different. It's not because I'm greedy. The reason being is because I know quite a bit about this gemstone. I've done a lot of research into prices and certainly pearls anyway. But also, when you do underprice, people will doubt the authenticity. Now, with this particular strand, because you have something that is so exceptionally rare, you have to take that into consideration when it comes to pricing something like this. If you're happy to let them go at £20 a piece, feel free to do so. Please get your certificate of authenticity. Do not let that walk away, especially as it's only 25 pence to add it to your order. Tell your customer that you have the real deal. If you were selling them at that kind of price, I think they'd probably take every single one. Like that would be ridiculous. But again, you know, I'm just putting it out there. It's entirely up to you where you want to price your pieces. Now, I'm just going to count them for you. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31 individual gemstones on that strand. Now, for me personally, I think this would be the kind of strand that would start me selling, you know, because I think it's so rare, it's so exclusive, and it's so beautiful. Now, this, you know, it's going to be a considered purchase. If my budget would allow me to today, I would get 2, because I want one restranded, knotted, just like this, for me. Okay. Just for me. And you know what? I would just sell the others. It's okay, Mark. It's okay. Producer Becky has just told us in our ear the price that this will work out to per pearl.
So I always get scorned for selling pearl earrings for £5 a pair. Now I could, am I allowed to say? Yeah. I could sell these at £5 a pair and still make profit. Because each pearl is how much, Bex? You can say that. I'm not going to say that.
Well, I tell you what, Mark. You said you can make profit out of a pair of earrings now, so yeah.
For a £5. £1.94 each.
For one pearl. That's nuts, Becky, Rebecca. That's nuts.
Oh,
that's
there's a Rebecca then.
Absolutely bonkers.
That's crazy. Crazy.
How? That's honestly, if Becky had have said today, okay, we've got this strand, we're selling this for £195.95, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I honestly would not bat an eyelid. £59.95. Now, do you know what? On the back of that, maybe £100 each. I am being greedy. So, do you know what? I'll sell them at £50 each.
Where would you find another one? You wouldn't find these on the high street.
I know. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that kind of makes me think. Right. Well, I need to multi-buy because I think these are going to be incredibly popular. Well, they are. You know, they are incredibly popular. When they've gone, you will think, I wish I'd bought more, you know, because they do tend to sell out. As soon as we have them, they tend to sell out, and we just don't know when we will have them back. XERO 58, £89.95. Yeah, great price. £59.95. So I could cost price. When we think that we've had gold-plated 95 sterling silver chains here at JewelleryMaker, we've had them for, I'm just going to say under £10. Mm-hmm. You know, we've sold them for under £10. So you've got £10 for your chain. I'm just going to round it up to £2 for your pearl. £12 cost. £12 cost. You know, if your chain was any less, bonus, £12 cost. If I wore that, there's no way in a million years anybody would think I'd only paid £12 for that piece of jewellery. That is ridiculous. If you are a lover of pearls, please come in and just get them for yourself. Not to sell, just for yourself. Now, do bear in mind that every strand will vary, okay? Because this is something that is individual, is something that is unique. Every strand will vary in terms of the shapes of those pearls, in terms of the iridescence in those pearls again. So, you know, if you want to multi-buy with the intention of only keeping one but choosing your favourite one, that is absolutely fine. Do you know what? I'm just looking and I'm just thinking, where's my favourite one? I caught it. It did catch my eye earlier on. There it is, this one here. Love this one. And this is the great thing with strands like this. You can go through the strand, just pick, that is beautiful. The iridescence, I love the shape of this one as well. Just stunning. And you know what? Not one person on this planet will have exactly the same pearl as you. I love that. Do you know, for exclusivity like that, normally you'd pay...
You're right.
Thousands, millions, whatever, you know, less than £2 a pearl. XERO 58. So how would you use this strand then, Mark? Because obviously with macrame, seed beading,
we're looking at the strand, there's plenty of scope. If you used the first 7 or 8 from each end as your earrings, and then the larger ones in the centre, because they are graduated, aren't they? Then I like the idea of just having one on a chain. Just simple piece of jewellery.
See, that's what
quite high up, so it sits in this little...
The nuzzle.
The nuzzle, is that what it's called?
No, I call it the nuzzle.
The nuzzle, if it just sits in there on a
I think the actual name is, I think it's called the nave. I don't know who told me that, but yeah, but I always call it the nuzzle, because I think they just look beautiful there, don't they?
I just think that would be really nice.
Oh God, they're so
I just think it's fantastic that we have a strand like this that we're launching on the Late Show.
I know. This is unheard of, isn't it?
Because we always see this on the morning show, and we occasionally see them on the mid, but we never see them on the Late Show as a launch.
No.
I think sometimes we have 1 or 2 left from a launch, but we never have. I think it's fantastic.
They are just beautiful. Look at that one as well. See, sometimes with pearls you get different effects on them. So sometimes you get those rings around the pearls. Sometimes you get that rippling effect on pearls. Sometimes you'll get smoothness on them. This is the thing with a strand like this. You just don't know what you're going to get pearl to pearl. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of the rippling in pearls.
I like rippling.
It's like it comes from the water,
like
you know.
Yes.
So I think that effect it is quite nice to have within the pearl as well. It's absolutely beautiful. I really, 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 really hope that there are some left so that I am able to get one of these, because for me this would be like my family heirloom piece of jewellery.
Absolutely.
You know, I would just go all out with this. You know, I'd probably invest in a solid gold clasp with this as well. You know, silk knotting. Oh, it would just.
So what colour silk would you choose?
Well, see, I'm quite traditional. You see, so I'd probably just go with either a nice cream, or maybe, in fact, the last silk bundle that I bought, actually, there was a really, really lovely grey in there, which I think would be quite nice in with the metallics, you know?
Absolutely.
£59.95. Now, there are quite a few in baskets. Totally understand that perhaps you weren't tuning in with the attention of spending £60. I do understand that can be your weekly budget, your monthly budget for some of you at home. But if you love your pearls, please.
I'm going to be really mercenary now. If I tuned in for this evening's show, I would look back and I'd say, okay, so these are £59.95. I haven't been able to buy anything for the last 2 hours.
Justified.
I've saved £60. I'm going to have these.
Oh, I like your thinking, Mark. I love your thinking.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Michelle in Derbyshire says, I will be using mine individually, wire-wrapped, sterling silver with a beautiful weave and hung on a chain.
Perfect.
That would look incredible.
Yes,
do you know what? When you've made that piece, please photograph it, send it into the Wall of Fame.
Yes.
I want to see that piece of jewellery. Do you know, I just think with these, just one of them, that's all it takes. You know, it's all about the gemstone, isn't it? You know, doesn't need anything adding, doesn't need anything accenting. Just
well
stunning.
Done, everyone.
A massive well done. We've got a lot of you multi-buying on that as well, so congratulations. Whether that's to pick your favourite strand, send the other one back, you know, whatever. That's an amazing purchase you've just made. They're stunning.
Wow.
Love them. Right, let's move on to the coins for you now. So again with these, you know, very irregular in their shape. You've kind of got that regularity with the type of shape, if you like, but they are very individual. Now, these are really, really limited. We've only got 20 27 chances available. I don't think I've ever seen such pink iridescence. Isn't that unbelievable?
That green pink's beautiful, isn't it?
I genuinely don't think I've seen pink like that. It's absolutely, and blue in there as well. I've never seen iridescence like it. Just stunning. So here you've got a very, very different shape. And obviously, you know, we said before that, you know, you think about the high street, it's, you know, round, white ivories. You never, ever tend to see different shapes and different sizes. And as jewellery makers, we're going to be making lots of different pieces, lots of different designs, and using those gemstones, or gems, I should say, in different pieces. So, you know, I tend to, rightly or wrongly, I do always tend to go down the bridal route when it comes to white or, you know, your ivory pearls. And I'm thinking with these, they just make the most beautiful organic pendants and rings. I mean, look at this one here. That is like just a teardrop, you know? Perfect shape. For me, that in a pendant, bridal piece, would just look amazing.
Just really simple.
Yeah.
Just not on a chain.
Yeah.
Because you could, looking at the point of this when you're showing, you can brouille wrap this.
Yes, you could,
So
couldn't you?
Because you don't tend to brouille wrap pearls, but because of the shape of
Yeah,
them.
of
But
course.
these are perfect for brouille.
They're beautiful. And again, you know, with that iridescence, imagine in natural daylight as that catches the sun, that's going to look absolutely beautiful. But go through the strand, you know, look at the different shapes, the different sizes, see how they can work into your designs and what perhaps you may be using them for. But because you've got that kind of flat shape to the gemstone, perhaps against the skin, in ring designs, or just simply as charms, you know, as something like that, they will look fabulous. 0800 644 655, 13 by 14 to 14 by 18 millimeters in size. They're natural as well. See, there's a lot to be said for natural pearls, and yeah, we'll always highlight that because obviously that makes a big difference. There are so many pearls in the industry that are treated. Nothing wrong with that at all. But wherever there is room for improvement to improve luster and to improve the colour of the pearl, then they will be bleached, for example. These, natural. So that luster, that iridescence that you are looking at there, 100% natural. They are stunning. When you look at that, it's pure silk. It looks like pure silk.
So if you're a viewer watching you, what would the first thing that you would hone in on? Would it be the shape, the amount on the strand, the iridescence? What would be your number one factor?
Most important to me.
Yeah, looking at that strand, what would entice you to pick up the phone? The
iridescence on these is just magnificent. And to be fair, that's because it's the first thing that's jumped out of me. But then, you know, as I start to think about it, again, for me personally, this is a strand where every single one is completely different. Nobody else is going to have the same pearl as me.
I just love the brightness.
They are
You
really bright,
don't get
aren't they?
pearls this bright very often.
That's
and
incredible,
natural.
Lester.
It's incredible. Beautiful.
I'll count them for you, let you know how many you've got on the strand. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. That's a huge amount on there as well to have. 42 individuals. Look at this one here. See, imagine that in a ring.
So Bex, how much would one of these be?
Oh no. I don't think we should go down this route. 32, did I count?
42.
42.
Yeah.
Here she goes. Less than a pound. Less than a pound each. £29 and 95 pence. Just breathtaking. That really is incredible. MD GP16 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. I love that sound. I love that sound you get with pearls. Beautiful. Now do remember you have a 30-day money back guarantee. So basically it doesn't start from today. It starts from the day that you get these delivered to your door. You then have 30 days to think. It literally took me 30 seconds. As soon as I started this auction, when I picked them up, 30 seconds, I'm in, done, if they were quantity. MDGP16. That 30-day money-back guarantee is there for your peace of mind, nothing else. You know, we appreciate the fact that sometimes you need to feel the gems. You need to get up close and personal with them. You need to have a look at them individually in natural daylight. So you've got that 30-day money-back guarantee to get them home, to have a look at them, to see how they will look against your neckline, perhaps with an outfit on that you have in mind already. Perhaps you've got a wedding to go to in the near future and you're thinking, do you know what? I need to see what they're going to look like with that dress. Get them home and hold them up against your neckline and see what you think. £29.95. Do you know what? I reckon when you're wearing these, you will have an endless amount of compliments. Wherever you're wearing them, you'll have so many comments on them because they're so different. Everybody's not used to seeing me. I mean, how fab do they look? You know, even just restranded with that movement in them as well, how they sit on the neckline. 6 chances left. If you have them in your basket, you must check out. We have more in baskets than we have a quantity available right now.
I think they sound really nice as well.
I love that sound. Yeah. That's like my favourite.
You can tell they're pearls, can't you, straight away?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got that. Oh, I find that quite therapeutic, actually, that sound. Lovely. 0800 644 655. Last couple of chances now, so do make sure you're checking out. MDGP16 is your code for those. Massive well done. Oh, last 4 chances. Do you know what? There's a couple of you on the phone lines, 9 in baskets. You know we're going to do it. Scotland. Some of you will miss out. Some of you will miss out. Oh! Press the one button if you're on the phone lines and check out as soon as you can. Right, so white nucleated pearls for you now. These are beautiful, and again, they're very much like the metallic pearls that we had. So generally speaking, pearls are either tissue nucleated or bead nucleated. Just like the metallic pearls, these are something that has taken the industry by storm. With these particular pearls, the nucleated pearls, it's the sizes that they grow to. And again, you know, it's nice to have them. I mean, I had some a couple of weeks ago. I think they were like up to 20 millimetres in size, which are not for everyone, you know, that they're not. So again, it is nicer to have that smaller size, but larger than your average white or ivory pearl, if you like. Stunning markings, whether it be rippling or whether it be that beautiful, those beautiful rings, or again, the smoothness, you know, you've got individual gems on this strand here that are so beautiful. Now, again, they are natural. Something you have to think, oh, look how smooth that one is there. Wow.
They're perfect rounds, aren't they, looking at them?
They are. They are. In fact, they're probably the most spherical nucleated pearls I think I've seen. And maybe that's because of the size, perhaps, as well, because, you know, that they haven't grown to a huge size. They've not had as much time, if you like, to grow to huge sizes and perhaps form a more irregular shape. They're beautiful, and there's again iridescence on these. There's some of them that are so golden, and then others that are really, really pink in their iridescence there. So when we talk about pearls, we talk about the things that are taken into consideration when it comes to valuing. We talk about roundness, we talk about smoothness and the luster and the orient of the gemstone. When it comes to pearls like this, your metallic pearls, your nucleated pearls, it's not about the smoothness of the gemstone. You know, so many of you are looking for that organicness. That's exactly what you've had with the previous strand and this strand here, that real organic look. If I were to sit in a bar, in a restaurant, and see somebody wearing this strand, straight away, there'd be no question, because I'm familiar with pearls, that that's a genuine pearl necklace that they're wearing, without a doubt. You know, you see fakes and synthetics, 9 times out of 10, they are perfect, spherical, I can't say gemstones because they're synthetics, but you know, they're made to be perfectly spherical and perfectly smooth. And that may be the look that you want, but for me, it's about that individuality. It's about having something that not everybody else has. These are 11 by 12 millimeters in size, so again, they are sizable enough to use individually. So perhaps just popping one of those onto a 925 sterling silver head pin, adding that onto your 925 chain or gold if you wanted to, entirely up to you. that is going to be a very, very high-end piece of jewellery. And, you know, we talk about, and I know, Mark, on your craft stall, you have your posh section, if you like.
Very small posh section, yeah.
Which I think is actually really, really good that you have that more, you know, that small posh section, because it makes it seem more exclusive, I think, as well. I think something like this would be perfect in that posh.
I think I would even go to the point that I wouldn't sell them separately. I would sell them in a suite.
Yeah. Oh.
I wouldn't sell them individually. I just love them. I want to use the word wrinkle, but that's not a very nice word, is it? I love that sort of wrinkly...
I know what you mean.
I'm trying to think of a more romantic word, but I don't think there is one, is there?
60777 start with the word JM Studio. I can't think of one. ACGP42 is your code for these. Yeah, textured.
I'm just imagining you cut into your scone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
and you put your jam on, and you put that great big dollop of cream, and this is the dollop of cream on the top of your scone.
See your jam first, then.
Oh yeah.
That's the right way.
Yeah. Great big dollop. They do look. They look like dollops of clotted cream just popped on the top of your scone.
Do you know what? That really isn't a good thing to crave at 9:30 on a Saturday night, is it? You know, a nice cream tea.
There's a few ladies watching that'll understand this.
Okay.
Dollop. That was my challenge.
To get the word dollop in.
In the last hour. And I've done it 5 times now.
I see. Have you done it 5 times?
Yeah. So this is just, they do look like a cloth. They
I
look
just
like
thought he
cream
liked
on
the
top
word
of
dollop, you know. I just thought that's one of Mark's words.
There'll be lots of ladies chuckling as we speak.
Dollop.
I managed to get the word in. Yeah, you've got it in as well.
0800 644 655. Now all I can think about is a nice freshly baked scone with jam.
So you're cream first?
No, jam first. Jam first. Cream first.
Andrew's a cream first. He treats the cream as the butter and then the jam on the top. But...
No, see, we're obviously all about lots of cream, aren't we? Because you can't really spread jam onto cream. That doesn't work.
A lady told me off in a National Trust cafe once.
What for?
You know, you get your cream tea in these places, and you get that little plastic tub with the peel-off lid.
Yeah.
Well, I peeled that lid, put in my knife, and stirred it, and then it just turns into liquid. And she saw me doing this, and she came across, and she said, "That's not what you do with clotted cream, young man." I walked off. I know.
You should have said, "Well, it's my clotted cream."
So I now don't stir my clotted cream.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't stir your cream.
Oh dear.
Ooh. Oh, hang on. I think I may be putting things back in the wrong place. But what should it be? No.
Oh.
I don't have those. That's a shame. I've got some Biwa pearls. No, and I think that'll be why. Adam's on it. Oh, I haven't had. I can't tell you the last time I had a cream tea. I remember once upon a time, many years ago, saying to my husband I wanted a cream tea, and he was like, "Oh, you put cream in tea?" I was like, "No."
Oh, look at these. No, this is my favourite colour of pearl. I love peacock pearls.
They are. Have you ever seen them on the high street?
No.
See, I haven't, and I just think, well, surely they're there because peacock pearls are very desirable. They're quite popular. Yep. You know, I don't know. I've never seen them. Do you know what? I love the shape of these as well.
I've got a feeling these are going to be a silly price. I've just got a thought in my head.
Oh, how many do we have? I need to get them. I need them.
How are we calling this a nugget?
I don't really know. They're massive, aren't they? They are. They're just barocks, essentially, aren't they?
Yeah. Look, I love this one here, that sort of coppery red colour.
Can you see that iridescence, that copper? Yeah, look at that. Okay, so apparently everybody on the web can see the price, which will be why people are checking out 2s and 3s of these.
Look at that.
Any left for us?
It's got a look of that, I can never remember. Not Amalite, the other one, that has the colour red and green, and you get many little cabochons and things.
Ammolite.
There's ammonite and ammonite.
Yeah.
And I can know which is the swirly sea creature.
So that's ammonite.
So ammolite is the colour grading.
Yeah, yeah.
With that one we just looked at, it reminded me of the colour grading in the light.
But you can get ammolite in ammonite. Because it's the upper shell of the gemstone. Yeah, that's getting confusing now.
There we go. Look.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? Really, really beautiful. Okay. Telephone bidders, just to give you a heads up. There's webbers right now buying 2s, 3s and 4s and 5s. So that'll be why. That'll be why, Becky.
That'll be why, yes. Yeah.
£7.95 for you. ITGP 189 by 11 millimetres in size. They are stunning. Do you know what, Mark? As conservative as you price your pieces, I think it's fair to say that even you would have your money back on one of these gemstones in a piece.
Oh, without a doubt.
They're
amazing.
£95. God, look at the size.
I love them. It's quite unusual to get so many purples in a strand, isn't there?
Look at that.
And the copper
look at the greens as well in that particular one. You've got some lovely rippling on that one there. I love that one. 800 644 6. That looks like a dollop.
Does.
ITGP 18, not of cream though. No, of really lovely dessert. I'm thinking now. I don't know
I'm not
what
a dessert person.
Yeah, I'm finding that I'm more a starter person now,
well.
and I do like cheese board.
You can manage a cheese board.
Not very often, but I like to think I can. I do like a cheese board. I went to a wedding very recently, and their kind of evening, what you would normally have as a buffet, was literally just cheeses, because they had a cheesecake, wedding cake.
Wedding cake,
yeah.
right.
So literally, they just cut all of this, which was like 5 tiers of different cheeses, celery, chutney. Oh my gosh! Everybody at the end of the night was like,
did you have pickled onions?
yeah. Like literally all the trimmings with it. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm really hungry now. I'd like a cheese board and I'd like a cream tea, please. ITGP 18 is your code for that one. Hertrude in the West Midlands, you've got 4. Shelley in Wiltshire's got 2. Anne in Worcestershire's got 2. Maureen in Yorkshire's got 2. Collect in Midlothian's got 2. Beverly in Kent's got 3. Collect in Gloucestershire's got 3. Jenny in Cardiff's got 2. Jan in Shropshire's got 2. Linda in Cheshire's got 2. Leslie in Hampshire's got 2. Shelley in Wiltshire, you've just got 2. Congratulations to you.
Well done.
I think they're gone. 12 left, 27
well done,
in baskets. Amazing. Oh, I like these.
What's your birthstone?
Ruby.
Ruby. Right.
What's
It was your birthday last month.
Yeah.
And nobody knew. Did you keep it a secret?
Well, no, I didn't keep it a secret. I think I've probably told everybody every day for the last 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, 24/7.
Oh, yeah, that's clever. It's easy to remember.
Well, you think, wouldn't you?
Very.
Obviously not.
Isn't it someone else's birthday on that same day?
It's Budding Beater Anne's birthday on that day as well.
Yes, that's right.
She went to the zoo and I stayed at home. We both had a lovely time. 28 carats of black spinel. What's your birthday? When's your birthday?
February.
Right, okay. 28 carats of black spinel faceted puffy coins. Now, generally speaking, when we get a strand of puffy coins, they're much larger. How nice is it to have this size?
I would use these as spacers in between pearls.
Oh my
both of those strands, the nucleated, we would use these in between.
Oh, can you imagine? Look at that.
Look. Yeah.
Oh.
Why would you use a gemstone as a spacer? It's amazing,
that
isn't it?
sounds a bit crackers, doesn't it,
Yeah,
really? But you can, here at JewelleryMaker, you can add more lavishness to your lavishness
That's a
if
good
you want
word.
to.
Lavishness.
28 carats of black spinel. Now, for me personally, again, it's just personal preference. Given the choice of black diamonds or black spinel, I will always go for black spinel because so often with black diamonds you get pits and flaws that you won't get with your black spinel. What's the first word that pops into your head, Mark, when you see spinel?
Decadence.
Oh, see, it is. It's always something that's very kind of high-end. High-end. That's not a high-end price, though, is it? £8.95 for you.
I've not seen this strand before.
Isn't it gorgeous? See, I think seed beaders, you know how
absolutely.
fabulous to have this kind of size of a gemstone to be able to incorporate it into your designs.
They make nice little scallops around the base of a necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't they, little
Yeah. Really,
bits and
really
troughs.
pretty. £8.95 for you. 30-day money-back guarantee. You've got to laugh at that, haven't you, when we're bringing you pieces like this at prices like this? But do you know what? You can have those 30 days to think about it anyway. Anyway. Everyone that has bought so far has bought more than one of these. And you know, that's exactly what I would do. Clear gemstones, white gemstones, black gemstones, you cannot go wrong with. Like, you just can't. Whatever colour gemstone you want to put with these, whatever coloured wire or finding, whatever colour thread you want to put with these, whatever colour outfit you want to wear with these, they will work. So if you're brand new to us here at JewelleryMaker and you're thinking, oh, where do I start? Can't go wrong with black spinel.
No,
you just can't.
It's beautiful.
WXVX71 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. Well done. Oh my gosh. Just when you think it can't get any better. Hang on. Oh, look at that. It's like a treasure chest.
Look at that.
Do you know what? Straight away, this is the strand that's jumping out at me.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just beautiful.
This necklace that we've got on here, the Swarovski netted, that's on the front of the DVD. Well, this is called tubular netting. Okay. And it's fastly become, but in the green frame, Adam. Sorry. It's really cool. We're talking about it today. It's quickly become one of my favourite techniques ever, and to replicate it in the beads that we've got in this bundle. So you'd have maybe this pearl actually in place of your Swarovskis, and then the seed pearl as the actual netting. I mean, that would just be
how glamorous would that look?
Stunning, and it would work perfectly. And you'd have enough in those two strands to make that necklace. Plus, you've got the other strands. So that's what I would do. That's the first thing I would do.
Look at these. This is just fun. I mean, this is the first strand I've picked it. I just love pearls of this size. Just going back to what I was saying earlier on, you never see pearls of this size on the high street. You just don't.
That's true, actually.
You know, to be able, I think, to have these, you know, if you are that person that is very much less is more, they're perfect. If you want to incorporate them perhaps into, you know, a tiara or a hair vine or something like that, you're not going to want the huge round pearl. You will want something a little bit more delicate and also multicoloured.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
So if you're doing, as you said, your seed bead work or your seed bead embroidery, I can see it on veils and tiara and headdresses and trains. Oh, look at this. It's so lovely.
Aren't they just gorgeous? 5 metres of your multicoloured pearls you've got there. Now the sizes. Oh, do I have the sizes on these at all, Beth? 3 by 4 millimetres in size. 6 by 7, so I've got 2 1 metre lengths at 6 by 7 millimetres. Okay, I'm going to guess, and this is just a guess. Okay, 8 by 9, 6 by 7, and 3 by 4. So you've got 2 strands at 8 by 9, 2 strands at 3 by 4. No, start again. 2 strands at 8 by 9, 2 strands at 6 by 7, and 1 strand at 3 by 4. Got there in the end. Do you know what? Either way, 5 metres of pearls. Who has 5 metres of pearls? I mean, you're lucky if you have a pearl necklace.
Yeah.
You know, I have 5 metres of pearls. £99.95. Imagine the number of sweets you could make.
They're dreamy, aren't they?
Goodness me, just unbelievable. In fact, wedding that I went to a couple of weeks ago now, getting on for a couple of weeks, the bride, who is, they're friends of my husband's really, so I'm not all that massively close to her, but she was saying to me afterwards, because obviously they bought the mother of the bride jewellery and the mother of the bridegroom and the bridesmaids and the flower girls, and we were having a conversation. She was like, oh my God, It's so expensive. I've spent so much money on presents. I was like, I wish you'd have told me, because we could have done it so much more affordably for you. She spent, in fact, more than the price tag on your screen right now for one necklace. It wasn't pearls. I can't remember what it was, but just for one necklace from them as well. I know. TZGP. Oh, that's not your price. No! We're going to put some more money back in your pocket this evening. That's our way of saying thank you for sticking with us throughout all our technical difficulties that we had for 2.5 hours through the show this evening. But we got to find out lots of secrets, lots of behind.
Too many secrets, actually. Thinking about it, I will worry about this all the way home in the car now.
Don't worry, because nobody will say a word.
No.
Nobody will say a word, especially those of you in Scotland. TZGP59 is your code. 0800 644 655 or on tinterweb@jewellerymaker.com. We've got 15 minutes with you, I think. There, or 12 minutes to be precise, actually.
When are you back on?
Monday.
And Tuesday.
Yeah, and Wednesday.
I'm doing the late on Tuesday, so we'll swap over.
Ah.
It's Turquoise Tuesday.
Oh, of course, yeah,
On
that's
Tuesday.
going to be nice, isn't it? Oh, I can't wait. I love turquoise. Love it. Yeah, so I'm back on Wednesday evening. So what tends to happen is when I do a late show, things go wrong. So my last late show with Becky, we were on air for 2 hours. She was poorly. So we had like 2 hours, I think. And then tonight, you know, Becky's like, gosh, every time you come and work with us, you have an easy time, don't you? So who knows what's going to happen on Wednesday evening?
Who's your guest designer? Do you know?
Wednesday. Fleur Day.
Fleur Day.
Is it Fleur Day again? It was Fleur Day the other day, wasn't it? She did do the other day because we had Gemma Crow Day, then we had Fleur Day. Wow, they're working, you guys. Wow, there you go, there's 6 kits. And we'd like you to work 14 hours.
We love it.
We love it too,
Yeah.
we love it. Right, wax cord bundle, what's your favourite colour, Mark?
Oh, I think it's probably, oh no. The grey.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love
I like
that.
that.
In fact, that's going to work with a lot, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Other coloured wires, other coloured cords, other coloured gemstones.
This is really old school wax cord.
Oh, I
So
love
nice
it.
to see it again.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
Really,
This
really
is one of
nice.
the JM staples when we
Yeah.
started the channel, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Your wax cord and your hemp.
Oh, I love that.
Where's hemp?
cord. I
When
don't
do we
know.
ever
We
see
need
hemp?
to get that back. We definitely need to get that back. These are absolutely fab. We've seen Mark do a lot of demonstrations with this evening. In fact, with the purple and the green. I love that green. That's
Well,
just
so for a basic macrame bracelet, with using the square knot, you need 1.5 meters.
wow.
That's all you need.
And we've got 50 metres in total. 10 metres of each there. You've got the purple, the green, the grey, the dark blue and the yellow there. 0800 644 655. XG15 is your code for these. In fact, you know what? These would work. I mean, the yellow and the green together. You know, you can mix and match. Oh, that blue and that grey looks nice, doesn't it? Really subtle. Love that. 0800 644 655. XDXC15 is your code. 0800 644 655. Can I just say good evening to Chloe as well, our production manager, and thanks for your message. 0800 644 655. £7.95 for you this evening. That for 50 metres.
Brilliant. No, it's fantastic. That's such good value.
How much does that work out to per metre? Pennies! XGXC15. Valerie, well done to you. Linda, you've got yours. Maureen, congratulations. Gail, you've got yours. Eileen, congratulations. Loads of you with these in baskets, so a massive, massive well done. Sorry, Becky, did you work that out per metre? 50 metres. So, and this math should be easy, shouldn't it? I think. I don't know. To be fair, any maths for me. I love the fact that Becky's got a calculator and 15 pence per metre. So how much did you say we need for?
1.5. So that's
1.5.
20 pence. 20 pence to make a friendship bracelet. Even if you sell it for £1, that's 80% profit.
That's nuts, isn't it? That's absolutely nuts. Brilliant.
Yeah.
XDXC 15 pennies to make a bracelet. And you know, the end of the summer holidays is coming. It was coming to an end now for the kids, isn't it? So they will be back at school soon. But do you know what? Going forward, see, I'm always thinking of half-term holidays.
Oh, yes,
what can we do when the weather is not so good? Brilliant. Really affordable as well. Excellent. Right. Let's have a look at these. Oh, these have got to be Zambian. Look at the colour of these. See, now I always say, Mark, you were saying earlier on, you've got that posh section on your craft stall, the rare, you know, the really high-end gemstones. But I think it's really important that you always still have something like this to pull people in, you know, something that's instantly recognisable. You know, the gemstones that people are familiar with, that they know already, there's no questions asked. And how many people, in fact, never met anybody that doesn't like amethyst?
No. Year on year, it's been my biggest seller. And I always make sure that I have twice as much amethyst jewellery on my stall as any other gemstone.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because it sells. It sells.
Yeah, I guess, and because, as I say, no, you know, nobody asks any questions, do they? They just instantly love amethyst. I think a lot of people are drawn to this gem. So I think that colour is so beautiful. It's really deep. And you know what? Zambian, we'll all tell you here at JewelleryMaker that it's the cream of the crop. I can remember way back, you know, years ago when we had our very first deposit of Zambian amethyst, and none of us could believe that it was natural, because, you know, if you close your eyes and you think of the colour that you want your amethyst to be, and then you open them and see this is even better than what you ever could imagine. It's just like the epitome of amethyst, isn't it? It's incredible.
Completely. It's that real chocolate box purple, isn't it? It's just
fabulous. Love. Do you know what my favourite combination, I think, is amethyst and peridot. I love that pop of colour. Just gorgeous.
Peridot, amethyst and turquoise is probably one of mine.
Do you know what? I've never seen those two gemstones together, I don't think.
Lovely combination.
Yeah, but this...
Or a real bright orange. Bright orange,
like a nice carnelian or something. Yeah. This goes back to what you were saying earlier on, actually, about having the bead scoops, you know,
and just perhaps the stones. Just thinking outside the box and going for something that you wouldn't ever go for, and you'd be really surprised.
They're stunning, aren't they? £12.95, PJOX71 is your code. 24, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. 39 individual gemstones on that strand. 8mm for me is my go-to for a stretchy. I think, you know, every day, really wearable piece of jewellery. You don't even need any tools. A length of stretchy elastic, overhand knots, a little bit of glue or clean nail polish on there. Beautiful piece of jewellery. And you know what? £6.50 per bracelet. You get 2 bracelets from that. Gorgeous. Love this. This for me is well, it's very much like Tiger's Eye. It's cat's eye quartz. So you've got a very similar effect, like the opening and closing of an eye within that gemstone. I love the colours, you know. I love the blacks. I love the greys. I said with Spinel, you know, it's going to go with anything and everything, and so will these.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely.
4mm gemstones you've got here. So again, I'm thinking maybe to incorporate into your seed bead designs.
Perfect. So this would be your six size.
Your size 6s, wouldn't it? Perfect in there. Really pretty. And again, stacker bracelets at the moment, very much on trend. I think you've got a great size here, just to simply restrand them onto beading thread, stretchy elastic, whatever it is. Perfect. You know, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can keep it really simple if you want to.
It's one for the gents, isn't it? I think, without a doubt.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. I would wear, as you're wearing it there, I would wear it like that. Stretchy bracelet.
Just simple, isn't it? You know,
it's beautiful.
Sometimes, you know, less is more, and I think that's exactly what you'd have with this strand.
This is, for me, this is because I'm all one for splicing gemstones together. So I'm imagining golden obsidian and dendrite opal. This would be the outcome.
Oh, golden obsidian. Miss that gemstone.
What?
£9.95. LV NV12 is your code. Do you know what? That's an add it to your order price tag, isn't it, of £9.95. Do not forget that you can add to that order as many times as you like from midnight last night right through until midnight tonight. One postage of £3.95. I tell you, we're squeezing in those deals for you. Which one's Zoe Beck? Oh, the slider bracelet. I was looking at these. Do you know what I'm just going to say? Monica Venada's website. She's a big fan of the slider bracelets and slider necklaces at the moment. My gollies, those prices as the jewellers are available. Now this is the slider necklace that you have here, which is lovely because we've had so many slider bracelets. You've now got the necklace to go with as well. These for me are one of the best things we've ever done here at JewelleryMaker, because I love to work with 925 sterling silver, but I am not confident when it comes to cutting 925 sterling silver. It just scares me because it's a precious metal. So whenever we had, like, you know, lengths of chain to make bracelets and necklaces with, I've always been really nervous with doing things like that. So when we had the bracelets and the necklaces that come in 2 halves, I was like, brilliant, I don't have to cut that now to add something into the middle. You know, it's waiting, it's ready and waiting to have. Oh my gosh, do you remember the metallic pearls that we had? Just one of those in there would look fabulous. Yeah, in the nuzzle.
What did you put, nuzzle?
Yeah.
I must remember that.
Look fab, wouldn't it? Total length on this is 44 centimetres. Obviously, depending on what you pop in there, that will change. So you can alter that depending on the neckline piece that you are wearing. You've got that little slider that just has a silicone insert that will grip that chain enough so that it doesn't freely slide down the chain, but means that you can just adjust it to suit. ESRF05 is your code for this one. You've got 4 grams of 925 sterling silver that is rose gold plated. That's a beautiful, beautiful design. ESRF05. Producer Becky says we're going out with a bang. Are you ready for the lowest ever price? Check it out. Final 34 chances. Last auction with you this evening. £14.99.
That's the price of a bracelet.
Yes. Mark, thank you so much for helping us get through 2.5 hours of technical difficulties. It was really, really lovely actually to be able to find out a little bit more about your journey and how you started and things like that, and answering the customer questions. When are you back?
Tuesday late.
Tuesday late, turquoise day.
Yes.
Make sure you come back on Tuesday. I will also be back Tuesday, but I will also be back Monday as well on the mid-show from 1 o'clock. The lavender, no, it wasn't lavender opal, Tiffany. See, I'm not used to having it, you see. Right. Tiffany opal. Hopefully, all things crossed, will be on the morning show. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, have a great one, have a safe one, and I shall see you back here at 1 o'clock on Monday. Take care.